Hi, you lot. How you doing? It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here, also known as Mag or Mags. Welcome to another Tuesday night gaming chat where we talk about the latest gaming news and reviews from the last few days or so. And before we even kick things off, let's say hello to all the people that are here, because there's a lot of people here already. Coming in nice and early over on Twitch. We've got Kindred, good evening. Gozzo, how you doing? Jesse, how you doing, buddy? Over on YouTube, Lorraine. Hello, lovely. How are you? Great to see you. Retro Shazar, Flame, Hannah, how you doing? Rock Muse, oi, oi! How you doing? Ben, good evening. How are you doing? Eating a Unicorn, hello. Thank you for the follow a couple hours earlier. I'm guessing you've jumped over from one of our guest streams who will announce very shortly. Lovely to have you here. Welcome on in. As I said, we are broadcasting to YouTube and Twitch this evening. Drawn says, good evening, Drawn. Popping in before I head home from work. Always good to see you. Doing good, thanks. Just done a video on Twitch about finishing the Borderlands 3 journey. Ooh, do you know what? That was the only one I never played. Only one I played. Maybe I should play it because it's probably better than the fourth one, because that was shit. Mag certified. Danka, good evening. How are you? Kindred, you've just been rewarded 450 Mojo Bites on a 55 streak. So good to see you. I mean, this is the best place to be on a Tuesday evening anyway, but Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, and Xbox Live, amongst others, are all having major issues. So everyone might as well watch TNGC. Yes, it's the one thing that doesn't break, and it's more reliable. YouTube and Twitch, not TikTok. Does that mean we can say beer? We can say beer, Ben. We don't stream the talk show on TikTok because TikTok cannot handle the talk show, believe it or not, but we are trying to find a way to do it. But we're also streaming to mobile and portrait formats on both YouTube and Twitch. So whether you're watching on a phone or that, it's all kind of cool. It works because we're clever like that. But TikTok, yeah, no chance at the moment. We're working on it. We're working on it. There you go. Beer, beer, glorious beer, more beer, beer. He says doesn't break, but when he jumps from behind the chair, yeah, my legs go cracking. No, I'll do that later. I will get a drink later. There's no redeems on because we don't do that on the talk show. Also, need to tell you that we are sponsored. This talk show is sponsored this week and next week by the mobile game that came out 2 weeks ago, which is Foundation Galactic Frontier. If you're watching on Twitch, !Galactic in the chat, it's a free-to-play mobile game on PC and mobile. You can play it on either, download it. There's a number of goals that we've got set for you to try out. And if you hit level 20 before the 25th of February, it'd be greatly appreciated. But even by installing the game and giving it a go, you are helping this channel, which means we can continue to do another 250 plus of these shows, which we've already done. So there you go. Brian, good evening. Oh, yeah, good luck. All on the game. Yeah, we've already had one person complete the challenge. So, again, I'm going to big shout out to Lulu. Much love to Lulu, Loopy Lulu, who actually completed the challenge within 2 weeks of the 4 weeks, which is amazing. Obviously, I can't do this. Currently streaming from this terrible hotel Wi-Fi. Oh, bless you. Hope it suffices, because some hotels' Wi-Fi is not great. There you go. I've got to level 13. Need to keep going. You can do it, Rock Muse. There you go. So, obviously, I can't do this show by myself. There's a guy that is a fountain of knowledge of the world of gaming. He's the one, he's the only co-host that knows the most. Is Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
Oh, not too bad, thank you.
Good. Good to have you here. RNG, thank you very much for that follow. Greatly appreciate it. What have you been up to? What have you been playing, dear sir?
I've played quite a couple of demos, actually, for stuff that's coming out, I think, in March. Because we had demos out in the week for Replaced and for Planet Alana 2. So I had a quick blast through both of those. Both seem pretty good. So Replaced gives you a nice little section early on to play through, whereas like the Planet Alana one jumps between a few different sections in the game just to give you a different taste of its puzzles and what each different section of the game is going to look like. Actually, both seem pretty good. Both kind of similar in a way. It's both a side-scrolling puzzle games, but both got their own style. The Planet Alana one's a nice sort of cartoony type one, a bit like some of the Studio Ghibli stuff. And then Replaced got a really cool looking cyberpunk aesthetic to it. So both appeals to me for different reasons. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing those when they're out. I think early next month.
They're both out next month.
March for
yeah, it's interesting because obviously Replaced featured in our top 50 games to look out for. I'm very hyped for that.
Yeah.
Planet of Lana, the original one, was in my top 5 games of the year that it came out, which I think was a couple of years ago.
Brilliant game.
But I am a little bit like, can they make Magic twice? Because that was such a good game, and I'm a little bit like, is it going to suffer from sequel-itis that it
Well,
might?
it's always a risk, isn't it? We'll wait and see what some of the reviews say at the time.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, we'll talk about.
Into.
We'll be talking about those games on the show anyway.
Yeah. So I played those, and then I played Reanimal as well. Completed it, and sold it over the weekend.
Seriously?
We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
Yeah. Ironically,
on Friday, sold it on Sunday.
Jesus Christ! Well, we'll talk. I'm worried now. You've said that because I'm streaming Reanimal on Thursday because I couldn't do it on day release because I wasn't here. Twitch was supposed to send me a copy. Oh no, not Twitch. Twitch sent me the copy of the game we're doing tomorrow. I've got totally confused. Sorry, Twitch. Wasn't Twitch. It was another agency, and they were like, and I had to write to them and say, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing a stream for you, like a sponsored stream on Thursday for Reanimal, and you've not sent me the copy of the game. And the response was, oh shit, and they sent it today. So it's on the machine. It's there. So I won't pass judgment until Thursday, but it'd be interesting to see what you got to say about it. For the fact you've already bloody sold it, that worries me there. Kindred said, I'd do that with Ion Live too if it wasn't free on Game Pass. True. We'll talk about that game a bit later on. Finally got a new router on the way. Will it turn up by tomorrow? Unlikely. Well, Dank is going to be playing the game. I got a free copy of, I know it's not a new game, got a free copy of, shit, I've forgotten what it's called. Dank, you're going to have to help me out because you're the one who suggested it. I want to say Repo, but I know that's not right. Completely wrong game. It's gone out my head. Peak. Thank you, Kindred. So for some reason, because of my new status on Twitch, they sent me a copy of the game, and I still don't know why. It's really weird. They were like, "Hey, do you want this?" And I went, "Fuck it, yeah." So
free is free.
It's the first thing I've had since I got that purple tick. So we'll see what happens. Chris, good evening. Hello. I know Chris because Chris is from our guests community. Just started Ghost of Yote. What did you think? I've not played it, but I know it was very well received, and it got rave reviews when we talked about it on the show. I don't think Dave's played it either, but I know
I haven't got around to it. But like you, heard plenty of good things about it.
Yeah, so it is very, very good. So you won't be disappointed with that, aren't you? I can tell you that right now. Peak has been very popular, and the music is beautiful for it. Is that for Peak, or is that for Ghost of Yote? I don't know. Music there. Anyway, we'll stop waffling on about games. We should bring our guest in, shouldn't we?
We certainly should.
Right. So this lovely lady has been wanting to be on this show for absolutely ages. She's a fantastic variety streamer, plays a number of different games. Gonna say it's very chaotic in her streams, but all for the right reasons. Please welcome the wonderful Tiff, also known as Cheeky Tiffers.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired.
So,
very tired.
Anyone who doesn't know, why are you tired, Tiff?
I may have just finished stream about 20 minutes ago.
She started at what time did you even start? Because it was it before lunchtime?
It was just after lunchtime.
Yeah. So
hi again, Chris. Hi, Dunker.
There you go. She's an incredible and fantastic person. There you go. Hello.
Hi, Andre. Andre actually, Angi, we met him today. Actually.
Oh, did you?
So new
okay,
friendo,
amazing. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for coming over and watching the show. I greatly appreciate that. And also, we just had Gangster Chickens follow.
Thank you, Gangster.
Love that name. That's brilliant. I like this. Quote of the day. We should stop waffling on about games. Isn't this a game chat show? Yeah. But not about the games we were waffling on about. Just to clarify.
I was going to say, isn't that the irony of it?
It is, yeah. This whole show is full of irony and innuendo and God knows what else, but there you go. Anyone who doesn't know Tiff, firstly, can we get a shout out? Can we get the mods to shout out Tiff? If you're not following Tiff, go follow her on Twitch. Twitch channel will be in the chat very soon. But tell us a little bit more about your channel, how long you've been streaming, a little bit more about you.
So I'm Tiffers or Cheeky. I'm doing my raid messaging. This is like repeat. Like, hi guys. But no, I usually go by Tiff or Tiffers. Some people call me Cheeky. It's actually a fun play on a nickname that I got from high school, actually, which is very, very funny. But I've been streaming for it'll be 3 years coming up in April. But I've been on the platform for mod-wise and like community-based wise. Yeah. 6 years, 7 years.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
So it's we do a lot of variety. I started off as a Sims player, funny enough, and then I realized I didn't like playing The Sims on stream. It's more of an offline thing. I do with my friends, and then I learned I was like more into my variety. So like my JRPGs, RPGs, turn-based, community games. I do a lot of community-based games, as people know.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is just I do a lot of it for my own mental health, but because it's like an escape for me because I am a solo parent to a child who thinks she's 16 in the head.
Yeah.
But besides that, it is just fun and it's just an escape and it's just nice meeting, all the new friends that I have met so far, like you guys.
Yeah, exactly. I know you've not met Dave yet, but you might meet Dave.
Not officially like this, but obviously I know of Dave because of the show and stuff like that. So yeah.
I know, which is cool. And obviously we've met a number of times because we've been at numerous different events, whether it's Twitch meetups, Timeless, which we'll talk about later, and Format, to name a few. So yeah, we met in person, which is really cool. Damn, Dave got motion. Yeah. Everyone's met Mag because he's famous. Oh, don't start that shit again. I'm not that famous. Hi Mag, hi Ded. How are you? Good to see you. Chris did say, will you be getting Resident Evil 9, mate? So I'm going to announce this now. I'm not playing it on day of release, which I think is Friday next week.
Yeah.
But it's 2 days before Danny's birthday, actually.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is play it the first Monday of March. However, when I play it, there's a 50-50 chance I'm going to be on the front page of Twitch when I'm doing it, and I'll be playing it for 8 hours. But
I love how he just softly dropped that little bomb on us. It's just like, yeah, I'm just going to be on the front page of Twitch. Such a casual thing. I'm
going to say I might. It's not definite, but I'm waiting to hear. So we'll see.
See, famous.
Yeah, famous. Yeah, Jesus Christ. So if you play it bad, everyone will see. Oh, I'm not known for playing games well, am I, Kindred? Let's face it. So it'll be 8 hours. Basically. I mean, it'll be 8 hours of pain for me and 8 hours of pain for all the viewers watching it, basically. So there you go.
Oh, especially for the diehard Resi fans as well.
Yeah, there you go. Sup, Dave? Says Tomato Soup Lover.
How you doing?
There you go.
Hello.
Hello, welcome on in. There you go. 8 hours, you'll get to the opening. Yeah, knowing me. Yeah. Anyone who knows me, if I play a game, something that you'd normally play for 15 minutes, and then you get the opening credits, about 2 hours into my stream, I normally hit that bit. So that's kind of where we're at. He's got Dan Clancy in his phone book chat. No, I haven't. Although I did meet him last year, but all right.
Ooh.
But we won't talk about that. We won't talk about
you and your celeb mates, eh?
I'm not going to say what. If I say what I was going to say, I'd get myself into a lot of trouble. I can't play the exclamation David sound tonight, so I'm having to fall back on the whole Mag's famous thing. Well, that works. It works. That's if you do. Yeah, we'll find out. I find out literally end of next week if we're doing that with Resident Evil. If not, it'll be a normal stream. But yeah, do you know what? Drop it in there because Chris does. So, shall we crack on with tonight's show, ladies and gents? Are we ready?
Very nice.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so this is, get ready for it. It's our 253rd show, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight we are going to be discussing games like Mewgenics, Romeo is a Dead Man, Yakuza, Kiwami, Free and Dark Ties, Mario Tennis Fever, High on Life 2, and Reanimal, plus some other games. Plus, we're going to discuss the new Helldivers movie that's been announced. And we're going to be looking at the top 10 UK retail charts because we always have a look at a different chart. Next week, we will have a look at the Xbox chart for the first time ever because that literally landed in my lap today. So we'll have a look at that. So
that would have been more fitting for me because I play more on Xbox.
I know. You know what? I got it so late. It's so annoying because I asked for it and I got it sent too late, and I was like, we'll revert back to the UK chart, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, it's good because it follows on with some of the stuff we talked about. So let's kick on with our first game trailer of the night. This was actually mentioned with some of our guests from a couple of weeks ago because the lads from Debug Magazine were on a couple of weeks, and they mentioned that they've got their event over in Norfolk at the end of April, and one of their guests, live by video satellite link, is one of the guys responsible for this and things like Super Meat Boy and The Binding of Isaac. So this game came out on PC last Tuesday, and this is the very odd but quite catchy Mewgenics.
It took me a while to figure out that the sound was coming out of his butt. You know, I don't know. And
well, take a cat, rub it on a cat, and that cat gets all fat. Not too sure what's up with that. Mewgenics. And then that butt, the one with the gun, little baby cat comes out of his butt. Not too cute, you know what? Mewgenics. Mewgenics is a game that we all love to play. Just collect the good ones, throw the rest away, I understand how hard it sounds, judge me if you may. Cat's just the future, boy, science is the way, Well, take a cat, rub it on a cat, then that cat gets all fat. Not too sure what's up with that. Mewgenics. I'm Mewgenics.
Well, if you're going to go out with a bang, you might as well do it that way. Literally. So, this comes from the very warped mind of Edward McMillan, but obviously he's done some really cool games in the past. This is a new game. I'm going to say this now. I'm not going to talk about the controversy that surrounds this game because everyone's talking about it. All I will say is if you don't know what it's about, there's a number of different people who've basically done voice acting work, which basically consists of just saying meow. And one of the people was probably not the best choice, but we'll leave that there. But then there are other controversial figures like Matan Even, who, if you can't remember him, he was thanked President Bush at the Game Awards for receiving the trophy. I actually think he's a very funny YouTuber because it is all an act what he does. But some people don't like him because he's controversial, and there's a few others there. But hey-ho, that's that aside. Dave, pretty much the trailer told us fuck all about that game. So if you don't know what it's about, Dave, tell us what this is.
This is the new roguelike game from the guy that brought us The Binding of Isaac. And that's a game that's been going like from strength to strength for years. There's a good chance that this one is likely to do the same because, I think from the sound of it, there's quite a lot of depth to it. So, you get a number of cats to begin with and you can start breeding them. And you're trying to sort of get the sort of right sort of characteristics through the breeding process to get like the best type of cats to send off on adventures. When you send them off on adventures, you can make them some of the classic sort of character types like fighters, tank, mage, etc. And then you go to little turn-based tactics in procedurally generated worlds. So as long as your cat survives and comes out the other end, then it's going to boost up its skills. And when it next mates with another cat and breeds a kitten, it's going to inherit some of the good characteristics, and hopefully you'll just make better and better cats, stronger and stronger ones that you'll keep sending out. And I think you can just keep going with this game, kind of like the Binding of Isaac. There's like a lot of ways you can play it, a lot of ways to sort of build your characters up in it. So I think for anyone who likes,
will there be like
the previous
different
game,
endings like the Binding of Isaac?
Wouldn't surprise me, but I know there's at least a sort of 200-hour main campaign you can go through. Then I think you just keep going and going and going because it's all procedural generation stuff. It's just, If you're going to spend the time with it, you can just put hours and hours into it.
As I said, you can take a cat, rub a cat, make it fat. And let's not go down that route. You get the idea.
I was about to say that hole.
Yeah, digging a hole. Yeah. Banging cats. There we go. So,
Pretty much.
Tiff, I know you're a big fan of Cult of the Lamb, and this has got
Yes.
sort of semi Cult of the Lamb style. Would you give this a go? Do you reckon?
I mean, I was looking at it and I was like thinking to myself, it's like, you know, if Binding of Isaac and Cult of the Lamb had a kid and this was the byproduct. I would say I would give it a go at least. So, but I wouldn't shoot it down. It's like not my usual. I don't know why. It may be controversial to how I say, but it is my opinion on it. I didn't really get into the Binding of Isaac as much as some of my other friends did, and some of the people that I do know and things like that. But it's not something that I wouldn't. It'd be more like a game that I'd play, I guess, off stream than I would on stream.
Okay, yeah, and see how you get on with it,
and see how I get on with it, sort of thing. But I wouldn't knock it until I try. I always try something. So, unless it's definitely a game that I'm just like, no. But no, this is something I would try personally. I think
it's interesting because some streamers have completely shied away of it and gone, no, because of the controversy, we're not playing it, and others have just gone, fuck it, it's just a game, and we're playing it. And it's interesting. I've seen some people were playing it last night, and then some well-known people going, well, I wanted to play it, but my management won't let me. And I'm like, oh, fuck it, it's okay.
I mean,
it feels like
it
feels like it's the Hogwarts controversy again, the Hogwarts thing, and it's like,
and that didn't affect the sales of that game.
No.
It won't make a difference to this one.
Yeah,
it's the same, especially if it's like by the people who did create the Binding of Isaac. If they've got that already base of support there, there's going to be people who will play it regardless.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I say, because I couldn't really get into the Binding of Isaac. This is something I think I would probably play, I guess, more. Not only because it is because of cats.
Yeah.
But like it does seem just a bit more, I guess, less Binding of Isaac-esque. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just because it's Cult of the Lamb vibes as well.
It's more like that, yeah.
Definitely. More like that.
So. Okay. All right. Well, for anyone who's not seen the show before, technically we don't review the games, but I scour the internet to find all the sites that have reviewed the games, take all the scores, mush them up into a little ball, and get an average score. You may agree with it, you may not, but what you might have seen is people in the chats on YouTube and Twitch putting scores in chat. You can have everything from 0 to 10, and you can have 4 and we're going to get chat to guess the scores, as well as Dave and our guest. And if you get it right, we will give you a shout out for your channel. It's as simple as that. So it's a little game that we like to play on this show. So I'm going to read through some of the scores that we've got already. Starting from the top. We have got Danker with a 9. Brian says, let's kick the evening off with a 9. Ooh, Gozzo, 9. Ben says, gonna go 8.5 and see if my normal streak of being 0.5 out continues. We'll have to see. Legendary JL, good evening, mate. 8 out of 10. Hannah says 7.5. Dead, I'm going to ride you up to 7.5 because I can't accept that number whatsoever. So it'll be 7.5 unless you want to change it. Flame says a 7. Retro Shazar says a 7. iQuail says an 8.5. Kindred says an 8. Dave, I'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I'll try an 8.5.
8.5. Well, Eating Unicorn also says 8.5, I think.
Cool.
Tiff, what do you reckon to this one?
Ooh, I'm not trying to think too much into it, but going off like what I was saying before, maybe I'm torn between an 8 or an 8.5, but I'd say 8.5. 8.5. I'm gonna stick it 8.5.
Okay. Chris is saying I'll give it an 8.5 as well. Folks, this is your last chance. This is Mewgenics, which came out last Tuesday on PC. And if there are no more scores in chat, I can tell you, on average, this got a 9 out of 10. So, Tiff's like just slightly off, so is Dave. And poor Ben was 0.5 off.
Oh!
As he predicted. There you go, Ben. But like he's celebrating because he's like, yay, 0.5 off. So there you go. So congratulations to the following people who did get it right. Danka, you get a shout out. Gozzo, you get a shout out. Brian from UK Gaming Network, you got it right as well. Well done. And just scrolling down, making sure I've not missed anyone else out. But I think those are all the ones that said 9. So yeah, it's gone in absolutely storming. It got some really good reviews for that one. Sophie, good evening. Thank you for doing some of the modding. I greatly appreciate it. So there you go. That is our first game. So if you are interested in that, go check it out because it's getting really, really, really good reviews. And don't forget, if you do want to go over to Norfolk at the end of April, Edmund McMillan will be a guest at the Debug gaming event because Mewgenics was the front cover of one of their magazines a couple of months ago. So there you go. Moving on to our next game this evening. This is a game I can announce that I will be playing next month. I have been sent it. And this has come from Blumhouse because, you know, Blumhouse are famous for making horror movies. A couple of years ago, they announced they were starting into horror games, and this is one of their latest releases. I will be covering this next month on a full stream. This came out last Tuesday on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5. And this is called Chrysol Theatre of Idols. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Every drop of blood you've spilled. Every secret you've hidden. Open your eyes, mi amor.
There you go. That is Chrysol Theatre of Idols, a bit of an FPS horror from Blumhouse. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one, please.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's an FPS survival horror. You're playing some sort of soldiers who've been sent on some sort of divine mission to this island. It's kind of like a bit of a sort of nightmarish version of Spain with sort of Spanish religious folklore thrown in there, which I think what explains the way the sort of characters look like, and you know the reason you're getting stalked by this one particular enemy that's following you around trying to capture you all the time. The one thing this is doing that's quite interesting compared to other survival horror games is for your weapons, your blood, your health is the ammo. So whenever you want to refill your gun, your health bar is going to go down. So you're going to have to try and manage your health and your ammo quite carefully. And it is really going to sting when you miss those shots at enemies. You think you've lined up the headshot perfectly, and then they just sway at the last bloody minute and you miss them. That's really going to sting. It's your own health, your own blood there. It certainly looks like an interesting game, interesting premise to it. As you say, it's come from Blumhouse. They've made some pretty decent looking horror games recently. This one probably is worth a bit of a look. From what I've seen, like the gameplay, it does look pretty decent. So not particularly expensive, and it's sneaking out just before Resi 9 comes out next week. Hopefully give it itself like a week-ish for people to play it before they move on to Resi. Looks all right to me.
They're like, let's get our week in.
Let's get it before everyone starts talking about that for like the next 2 months or whatever.
Oh no, it'll be a while. People are still talking about Resi games to this day.
I know, and that'll probably carry on. If this new one's really good, it'll crack on. This is about 15 quid on console, and you can get it slightly cheaper on Steam at the moment, 13.49. I will say Mewgenics was about 23 quid. So that's quite. But then if you're going to get 200 hours out of it, it's nearly like £1 an hour.
Value for money, though.
It's £1 an hour, so it's penny an hour. But it's all good. So Tiff, horror games and you, do they mix?
Mag, you should know this.
Well, yeah, but the audience might not. So I'm just kind of thought I'd relay this question.
Me and horror games. Yeah. Right, there's a reason why it says a subathon goal last year, and I'm only now just playing Evil Within. Okay, there's a reason. I am a very jumpy streamer when it comes to horror, and I don't mind watching it. This is the weird thing. I don't mind watching it. I don't mind watching other people watching it. It doesn't do anything to me. It's just when I'm going through it myself, my anxiety is just like, no. But I wouldn't mind giving it a go, but it'd be very forcefully pushed upon.
Like, you're going to play this, Tiff. Like that.
No.
And she's like,
No.
okay,
No.
all right. I want to say hello to also Miss Relaxing Gaming. Thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. And she said hello. So the
Yeah,
one
it's more. Hi.
great to see you. So let's have a look. Score-wise, folks, if you have just joined us, guess the score for the game that we're talking about. We are talking about Chris Soul, Theatre of Idols, which came out last Tuesday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So let's have a look. What we got? We have got Ben going 7 with this one, so a little bit lower. Danka saying a 7.5. Gozzo saying a 7.5. Hannah going a little bit higher with 8.5. Brian saying an 8. Kindred 7.5. Rock Muse a 7. Retro Jazar 6.5. Dead Toxic 8.5. Flame 6. Really varied scores on this one because everyone was going quite high with the last one, but this one seems to be bouncing around. Tiff, I'll start with you on this one. What do you reckon this might have got?
Obviously, I can't really want to talk on horror games with like scores and stuff, but maybe a 7.5.
Okay, 7.5 says Tiff. Eating a Unicorn also says a 7.5. Dave, what say you?
I'll try 7.5 as well.
Going for a 7.5 as well. Okay, cool. Thank God this isn't one of these weeks where they're like all just dancing around the scores. Oh, Dave said that, so I can't have that. It's
We're
fine.
keeping it simple.
You can have the same scores if you want. There's no crime against it. It's all good. So that's all right.
Now, I'm claiming it, Dave. It's mine.
Yeah, well, Tiff did say it first, so yeah, that's true.
No, it's
That is true on this one. On the one before, not so true, but now you're equal, so it's fine.
Dan's just like, Tiff, you're learning. Take my score, either add or
Yeah.
subtract.
Yeah, Tiff, you're learning. Take my score and either add or subtract 0.5. That's it, yeah. Iqual said, missed the trailer, but I'll say 7. I mean, you never know.
If he gets it right, I'll laugh.
Yeah, if in doubt, go for a safe 7. That's what we always say, even though. So, folks, last chance. If there are no more scores in the chat, I can tell you this average a 7.5.
Nice.
There you go. Well done, Tiff. Let's get a shout out for Tiff. Well done, Dave. We'll come back to you shortly.
Yay!
There you go. Eating a Unicorn, you will get a shout out. Kindred, you get a shout out. Gozzo, well done. You get a shout out. Danka, you get a shout out. I think you guys are 2 for 2 at the moment, if I've got that right. So there you go. And yes, Ben, yes again, 0.5 out, but that deserves a round of applause. There you go. But, for everyone that is 0.5 out, he will get a round of applause. Miss Relaxing Gaming says, unfortunately, I need to go to sleep because I took my sleeping medication. My symptoms have come back because of showering so late. But it's been amazing that you have Cheeky Tiffers on the podcast. She's amazing. Stay amazing. Keep believing yourself because you're awesome. I will try to catch another one and watch it back. There you go. Thank you so much, Miss Relaxing Gaming.
Yes. Moina
Have
is
a nice
very
rest.
positive.
Yeah, that is very awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Does annoy me how 7 is seen as an average when it should be really... Yeah, well, it's funny. We've talked about that. 7 is not a bad score. We always say 7 is not a bad score. 5 technically is okay.
It's
6
average,
is-
though, isn't it?
6 is- yeah, it's average.
It's
6
below
is-
average, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 is... It's good, but it's not great. But there's this whole culture of, oh, it's a 7. It's shit. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. It might how IGN works it. It's not how we work it. So 7.5 is decent. If you like the look of that, go get that. So there you go. I'm 2 for 2 being 0.5 out. Go on, Ben.
Good on you, Ben.
Go on.
That's the real winner right there.
It is. Yeah. Would 7 be like, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. 7's good. 7's still good. 7.5 is even better. It's funny because you can jump from a 7.5 to an 8 and it's like, oh, it's fantastic. So why would 7 be shit? Makes no sense. Now, for those who don't know, Dave does not stream. Therefore, we have to give him a shout out in a different way. Sophie has already done !Dave in chat. So that works. Dave! But, Dave, how would you like your shout out?
I think we'll start you off with some spinning in the chair, mate.
Spinning in the chair.
Yeah.
Do you know
Oh,
what? If some people earlier said we really like the production values on this show, well, if you like that, you're going to love this because this is really high quality production. Jazz hands.
Very nice.
all I can hear is like going through to like. Yum, yum, yum.
If anyone's
all I
watching
hear.
this in surround sound, that will be a treat for you right now.
Yeah, I'll just travel back like 0.2
I'm not sure treat's the right word.
It's probably not the right word, but there you go. Every game is good in its own way, and every person may love the game. Exactly. The G-force on that, geez, I know. I mean, I am training to go to the moon, and then I'll probably stay there. So there you go. It's even funny when he takes something out during the spin. Yeah, I knock things over. Luckily, that
I'm
one.
hoping the
I've
shells
seen
go
that
one day.
happen. I have seen that happen.
I like this. I usually turn motion blur off. Great.
Yeah. You can't with Max.
No,
Unfortunately.
sorry. We haven't got the production value for that. We couldn't afford the little button that toggles it on or off. Sorry.
Damn it, Twitch.
There
You
you
should
go.
be keeping on job
I
of
know.
this.
try and do it, you know. Oh dear. Right. So we're going to talk some gaming news. Now, last Thursday was the PlayStation State of Play event, which was on for roughly about an hour and 10 minutes. There was a lot of games we already knew about, and they were just covering more games, but there was a lot of games we didn't know about. So for anyone who didn't see it, you're going to have spoilers now, because what we're going to do is we're going to recap everything in 8 minutes. Literally 8 minutes, folks. This is courtesy of GameSpot, because IGN did it in 9.5. So fuck them. GameSpot, they're doing it quickly. So that was the easiest way to do it. So
We don't go into that, do we?
No, fuck it. Just quicker. I'm doing it quicker. So let's do this. Let's find, where the hell's that gone now? Let's find the videos. Oh my god, the videos have disappeared. This is not a good start. Hang on, I had them loaded up. Oh, don't.
Technical difficulties.
I know why, because dumbass here clicked on show image, not show video. So it was just showing all the images instead of his. So here is every game that was announced in State of Play for 8 minutes, and we're going to try and commentate over it as I hit this button. Here we go.
Great.
I'll just knock this down. So we go, courtesy of GameSpot. So this was you know what? It made me realise that how old the first game was, because I thought this only came out.
Is it
like 2 years
Kenna?
ago. This is the
It
new
is,
Kenna
yeah.
game, yeah.
New one.
Brand
I
new.
was like, she looks older. I was like, I swear
Yeah.
she was like yay big.
Yeah, so they've made it older. That's due out this year. We then had,
Oh, so this
Another
goes to
new edition.
Yote Legends.
yeah, so this is their multiplayer thing that's coming out.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't
free
like
download.
it. I don't like the look of it.
That actually comes out next month. And it's free. And Death Stranding 2 is coming to PC.
That's gonna be good.
And I think that's next month as well.
Yes. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, same, Danka. I was surprised about it as well.
This
like,
one I'm
kind
not
of-
so sure about. This is a game.
Yeah,
This is called
one of the guys
Fallout.
behind it is from, I think, the Left 4 Dead games, which were good.
Yeah.
Kind of like you, I'm not too sure about the look of this one. Could be alright, but don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Obviously, we've got
Master rather than
Black
look out.
Ooh.
coming
The
out in
demo
April.
for this is
good.
good.
This looks great, so I'm looking forward to this. And there's a demo still available if people want to try it. We will be
It's-
streaming that.
Reminded me of a film that I watched with my community. I can't remember. I'll try and find the name of the film,
Yeah.
but it gave similar vibes to it.
We had another update on Resident Evil 9, which obviously comes out next week.
It's looking very
Leon
nice.
still looks good.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. Then we got a couple of remasters announced. This was the first one of them. We got the remastered Legacy of Kain. And then for your JRPG fans,
Yes.
we got Brigadier Abyss,
Yes. Yes.
which is due out sometime this year. Then they're adding more stuff to Dead or Alive 6, and because it is soon to be the 30th anniversary, there is a brand new version of Dead or Alive coming.
Dead or Alive 7, most likely, which would be good.
God, I love how the game does. We're like, let's just do a close up of. So
Yes, the boobs, because then you'll know who it is. Yeah.
they're like, yeah, we know.
This is the new Control game. We got to see more of the combat and how it works. Now it's gone from gun combat to hand-to-hand combat, but
Funnily
can't
enough,
wait for the game.
I'm currently playing through Control for the first
great.
time.
Oh, I love
Love it.
Control, brilliant game.
It's confusing. I'm am I one brain cell and the non-existent one fighting for fifth place? It's just looking at it like, huh? But it's got a good story.
Yeah.
Confusing, but good.
Oh, it's a fantastic game. It's my game of the year of 2019 when I come out. Can't wait for the new one. Then we got some more things. Beast of Reincarnation.
It's giving
And
Yote
Crimson Moon.
vibes.
Yeah, that comes out August. Then something that's pretty much dropped that day, the Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition. You can now get that now and play. This is the game we talked about last year on the show, which is now coming to PlayStation. Mina the Hollower. This got rave reviews. I think it's got an 8.5 on the show. And a prologue to a very beloved game, Neva, which is DLC.
It's giving. Is it the? It's like very indie, isn't it? That one.
This is a new sort of co-op tactics game.
Yeah.
Yako Shinobi Ops.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell a huge amount from that trailer. But
Yeah.
It's interesting. Need to see more though. See how it plays.
Now this was the game with the giant chicken in, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought this was like a new was it Black Myth game, but it's Sunny Girls Project Windless it's called at the moment. And yeah, you're playing as a big chicken.
Yeah. It's not got its full proper name yet because it still says Project Windless, so that name of that might change. But we'll have to see.
I'll actually die if they call it Project Clock. I'm not gonna lie.
We got more of the new Star Wars racing game, which looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, hopeful for that. I love the original one back in the day, the pod racing. This one is looking nice.
We also got more of the new James Bond game, which comes out at the end of May.
Ooh, I do want to play this one.
It looks very good.
It does look good. I was trying to think what it reminds me of, but not the actual, obviously, full Bond games. It's giving oh my gosh, the name escapes me.
If you were going to say Hitman, because it's made by the same people who made the Hitman games.
Obviously, it's got that. I can see those sort of vibes. I was on about oh, it's really gonna annoy me now. The name's in my head, and it's watch. I'll get it to the end of like the game, the show. It's just gonna be like
Darwin's Paradox, which looks really cool as a kind of a Mickey take of other games and stuff. Plus, you've got all the Metal Gear Solid new additions, another set collection, and now this
Metal Gear 4 off the PS3 for once. So that's how more people can play it. This I thought looked really nice. The new Castlevania.
I'm a fan of Castlevania, so I will definitely want to play this.
There you go.
Ooh.
The JRPG is Rev.
Rev Noir, yeah. Then this was a big reveal. The John Wick
game
with Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is voicing, which I'm so happy about.
If they got someone else to no one else could voice him. No one else.
Oh, definitely not. It's got to be Keanu. But yeah, high hopes for that one.
As soon as I saw the hair, I was like, John Wick.
Yeah.
Instantly, John Wick.
Something that's going to either ride or die, which comes out at the start of March, is Marathon. There's a lot riding on this.
I think there's a beta test next weekend.
Yeah.
So if anyone's interested, you can jump. Yeah, that Server Slam. Jump into that and see what it's like. I think I'm going to try it. Don't think I'll end up bothering with it.
And then they unveiled a few things for the PS Plus collection. The fact that Spider-Man 2 is available as of today on PS Plus collection.
Nice.
Tekken Dark Resurrection is available next month, and Time Crisis, but it's Time Crisis without a light gun, which I think
you can use the motion control on the PS Pad, but I just can't see that being anywhere near as good as the light gun.
We've got an update on Saros, which also comes out at the end of April. Yeah. And then in August, we've got Marvel Token Fighters, and obviously they showed off some more of the characters for this. Some Marvel characters not as well known, but we also got Storm and Wolverine. And then obviously some more remasters announced. We're getting the original God of War trilogy.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be good.
There we go.
So good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with these. Will they kind of stick with the way it looked and played originally, or are they going to try and make it like third person, like the more recent God of War? So they're going to tweak it a bit.
I think they may do it, considering like how they've done it with like some of the Resi games, like as well with the remastered, like from the older ones.
And then this was shadow dropped, which is a Metroidvania God of War game, which came out on Thursday night, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit later on this show. There. So there you go, God of War: Sons of Sparta.
That's interesting.
So there you go. That was everything from the state of play. Oh, I was going to say, chat, let us know what you were most hyped for out of all that. But Dave, and then I'll ask Tiff, what ones were you most hyped for?
Well, actually, just one Kindred just mentioned that I thought looked good, which actually wasn't in that list. I don't know whether it got left out because you had the separate Silent Hill.
Oh, that's true.
Afterwards, maybe they left it out that.
Yeah, that's probably why.
That Silent Hill Townfall. I thought that looked pretty good. So I was quite interested in that, but I'm also quite interested in the Metal Gear collection because I'd never really played much of Metal Gear Solid 4, and it's really hard to play these days unless you've got a PS3 or you try and emulate it on PC. But I think it doesn't emulate particularly well. Bit of a beast of a game to try and emulate. So now it's coming out, on all platforms, part of a collection. I'm interested to get that when it comes out, as long as the port turns out to be good. So those are a couple that I'm interested in from there.
Yeah. Tiff, which ones were you most interested in?
Kenna.
Yeah.
Just because like it was interesting to see, like, because it's when I played the first one, it's been a while now, but I love the story of it, and I was like, I'm curious to see how they progress with her story on that one.
Yeah.
Especially now, like it's given like sort of like was it like Korra, Legend of Korra, sort of like esque vibes with how she's styled, and I love that sort of stuff as well. I guess as well, Raymond grew up with Raymond, so that is something I'm looking forward to. Control, since I'm currently going through the Control. Good night, Sophie.
Night, Soph.
And then I would say as well, I don't know. Those ones really, they're the only ones. Oh, and the God of War games as well.
Yeah.
And the God of War games. But yeah, no, those ones are the ones that stood out for me personally. But like I said, there's a lot of like, childhood memories when it comes to Raymond, and then the story progression with Kenna. It's just, it'd be interesting to see.
There you go. Dank says there's a new character in the Kena game that will replace the little black balls.
Ooh.
For me, actually, the Silent Hill game, because it's kind of set in Scotland, which looks quite cool. I know we didn't see it on that thing there. Because I'll be honest, I was quite disappointed with Silent Hill F. It just didn't tick the boxes for me, which is a shame. So I'm looking forward to that because that feels more like the Silent Hill that we know and love. Obviously, John Wick looked great. And there's a few others are there, but I've kind of already talked about them. Your typical ones, Saros, obviously Pragmata, Resident Evil 9, all the Bond game, but I've already talked about them before, so it's kind of like those were a given anyway. It was just you were getting more information on them. I
know what the 007 game reminded me of a little bit. Uncharted.
Yes. Do you know what?
Yes, you're right. That does.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I knew it would come to me eventually. But it reminded me, like again, it was similar to Binding of Isaac and Cult of Lamb. It's like if Uncharted and
Hitman.
Hitman had a baby, and voila, that is it. The byproduct.
I wonder if that's what they're kind of going for, because seeing some of the clips,
it certainly looks like from what we've seen, which I'm looking forward to. Because I love the Uncharted games. That a good action adventure game, definitely up for it.
Especially with like some of the the graphics and the dynamics of like how the movement is as well, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And it does look very similar to what they would do, sort of thing.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if they take the whole health system from Uncharted 2, actually. They might do. We'll have to see. I don't think in any of the things they've revealed how you heal or anything in that yet, have they? So I've not seen anything. We'll see, but we'll find out. Obviously, all those games we'll talk about more in future shows, and obviously when they come out, we will talk about them and tell you the review scores as and when they happen. Let's move on to some more new games. This was a game I played on Thursday. Welcome back, Chris. This trailer is probably even more obscure than the game itself. This came out last Wednesday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And this is the trailer for Romeo is a Dead Man.
Dead manはマスクマンやさぐれた運命と同級生
何百何千何万回もの分岐行き止まり三差路迷って選んでたどり着いた奇跡とも言うべきこの場所から正反
寄せては返すもしと語らればちょべりば鬼でか何周目だでもやるんだよネバギバやべえよゴン攻めビッタビタ
ギタギタのハードモードメタメタの境地バカゴー魂誰だ連日の酷暑でも大丈夫だ手のひらの上で終わりなきようだ
そんな騒ぎは木千万電子遊戯ファンキーゴーダンドンスタウォンスタなんだかんだドゥビドゥビダバダバ時空暗ギャ
うなる縦置きのターボチャージャーこのアンテナがキャッチしたドープなナンバー狂い咲けないサンダーロード埋め尽くすインプラントのビルボード
埋め込まれてだいぶ経った大海原越え遥か彼方届いた手紙彼方からみんな元気でやってます
Y2K から何ディケイ新鮮未年このエビデイまた夢か幻かラスボスかここで見せとかオープンワールドのデッドエンジンとコードで課金突破点まさに夢か幻かその確かハッピーエンドはどこだ
There you go. So, yeah, if you're sitting there thinking, what the fuck did I just watch? Then you should try playing the game. That's what I was probably saying for about 3 hours. Dave, I'll let you start, and then I will interject with my thoughts on when I tried this out last week.
Yeah, no problem. So this is the latest game from Suda51, who's made some fairly sort of oddball games over the years, like the No More Heroes series is more famous ones. They're definitely odd games. You know, the storylines in them are pretty crazy. I think in this one, your character Romeo, he kind of gets involved in some sort of accident and he's about to die, but then his grandfather suddenly appears. You know, his grandfather, I think, has come back all forward in time and saves him. And then Romeo ends up joining the FBI space time agency. Has to go exploring different areas in space time to try and solve a mystery, which seems to involve his ex-girlfriend Juliet.
Yeah,
she seems to be somehow trying to destroy the universe, and you've got to try and stop her. It just looks, from what I've seen, just a very, very odd, crazy game. I think if you like his previous stuff, like his style, his sort of humor, you're probably going to get something out of this one. But I'm probably like a lot of people who look at it and think, sorry, it doesn't appeal to me in the slightest. I don't really get what it's trying to do. So I'd be interested to hear what your take is, because you said you played it last week. Did you like it?
I did like it. It's probably the most batshit crazy game he's done, and I liked Lollipop Chainsaw and Shadows of the Damned, which is still my favorite. My thing is, I think it's trying to do too much because there's different art styles when it's telling the story. It jumps from a comic book thing to more realistic thing to a claymation thing to something else. But then there's also different game art styles because you've got the space bits, which it looks like something straight out of Star Wars Outlaws. But then you've got the action bits that look like from Lollipop Chainsaw. But then you've got these other bits that are like pixel art, which is like going around the ship talking to characters, and it turns into an RPG. The problem is, I don't think it does any of it that well. It's way
it doesn't
too
mesh.
Much. It's a mesh of stuff. And I realised, because I did play some more after, is that the main game mechanic, which is the action bits, whereas, say, like with Lollipop Chainsaw, which did get quite tiresome the more you went on, it became the same old stuff, hacking and slashing. At least with that, you could give her new moves. You can't give Romeo new moves. Yes, you can get 4 types of swords and 4 types of guns and upgrade them, but you're still doing light attack, hard attack, light attack, hard attack. And quite a few of the things are quite unresponsive, the weapons and stuff. So it can get quite frustrating in places, but I do like how they've tried to done it, but it does feel that how the game starts, they should start the game from where it starts, not then jump 10 minutes of exposition on you to then go, well, he was alive and he was on Earth, but then this happened, and now he works for the FBI, but now it's in space, and his grandfather's alive, but now his grandfather's dead, and he's now a cartoon character on the back of his jacket, and his girlfriend is now not alive, but now she is alive, and she's 20 different people who might not be her, but they could be her, and you're like, what the fucking hell? And that's in the first 10 minutes.
Oh!
That's in the first 10 minutes.
That's a lot to throw at you.
It is a lot of fun. And it's like, why didn't you start with the game where he gets attacked by this weird thing and then go from there? It's yeah, I'm glad someone understands.
Makes perfect sense now.
I'm going to say it's fun, but it's not one of his best games.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Tiff, dare I even ask your thoughts on that?
I just sat there and I was like, right, okay, it's interesting. The art styles, yes, work, but separately. Like I said, there's too much like going on all at once, and then like trying to understand, like you say, just explaining just the first 10 minutes of a game, and it's a lot to happen all at once. And I'm just sat there like thinking, it's like they try to put too much into one thing, and it was either going to work or it's not going to work. And it's normally I'm a fan of, like, you know, JRPGs or like esque sort of games, but I wouldn't play it personally. Like, it's just something that, and it's not even like playing on the joke of like my one brain cell sort of thing. It's just, it would be too much for me to like comprehend.
Yeah. I think the problem is when it's going all out there and it's weird, it's actually really fun. But it's all the stuff in the middle that's quite dull and boring. And that's the problem. And it's like it goes from one extreme to the other, which is interesting. Let's see what people are saying. Folks, if you haven't put scores in the chat, please start doing so now. Let's have a look. So this is currently 40 quid on PS5, £41.24 on Xbox, or £42 on Steam. So
I would not pay that amount. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's go. Ben is saying a 6. Chris is saying a 6. Danker a 7. Brian a 7. Hannah 7. Gozzo 7. Rockmuse says 7. She did like the pixel thing. I remember Rockmuse was watching the stream. We did like the pixel thing, was quite cool when you're going around the ship. We did like that. Thought that was cool. Who else? Anyone else got scores? Eating a Unicorn 6. iQuell 7.5. Flame 7, Retro Jazar 6, Kindred 7, Legendary JL 7. Dave, I'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go for a 7.
Going for a safe 7. All right. Tiff?
It's one between a 6.5 or a 7. But I'm going off it because, like, if I was to pick a 7, it'd be based off because of the, like, again, same with Binding of Isaac. People who have played Lollipop and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm going off that judgment because, okay, if they've got the base ground and the support for that, I would say a 7.
Okay. All right. Folks, this is your last chance. This is Romeo is a Dead Man, which came out last Wednesday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And if there are no more scores, I can tell you that this got a 6.5 on average.
I should have stuck with my 6.5.
You were so close. Kind of like the highest scores there were some people who did love this, and it was getting it did get a couple of 8s. But some people really disliked it, and it was getting 4s and 5s. So this was very mixed bag by the reviewers. Very mixed bag. So
very much Rotten Tomato sort of low score vibes here.
Yeah. I'm going to persevere with it to go through it because it's still interesting enough for me to want to carry on playing it. But there's bits that will probably grate my gears, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Not because you're like me, you're just like, okay, I've started now, I need to finish.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that. It's like, if I don't like a game, I just won't carry on. But this still has got my interest that I will want to continue it. So and see how it pans out. Especially because there's other different scenarios in it and different time traveling aspects. So we'll see. But yeah, 6.5. I don't think anybody got that right. So no shout outs whatsoever. So we'll swiftly move on to another game that has had a remaster. This came out on Thursday on PS4 and 5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch and Switch 2, and PC. And this is the Yakuza Kiwami 3 remaster with the added Dark Ties. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
If you want to fight, I'll give you one. But you should know, if it comes to that, I won't hold anything back.
2 of us will take over the Tojo clan. Easy!
There you go. That's the trailer. That's all you get, literally.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, yeah. Just like me.
Very Yakuza-esque, I will say.
It is. It is. So this is an interesting one. Because they did a remaster of Yakuza 3 a while back. But they're delisting it. So you won't be able to get this anymore. So you're going to get this, but you do get the added bonus of the Dark Ties thing. But Dave, I'll get you to say a few more bits about this for people.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, it's a remake of Yakuza 3 for the most part. I think they've generally just done some improvements to it. Because I think one of the complaints I saw was that the combat wasn't the best in the third one originally. So they've improved the way the combat works. I think it's a bit snappier, a bit faster. So meant to be better. They've changed a few things with some of the sort of mandatory dialogue sections. I think stuff in the orphanage, you used to have to talk to all the characters with mandatory conversation strings, but now it's more optional. So if you want to engage, you can do. Otherwise, you can kind of just ignore that. So they've done some of that to help the flow of the game. I think they might have added a few little bits and pieces in just to tidy up a little bit and generally improve it. But then their other main thing they've added is the Dark Ties mode, which is taking I think one of the villains from the main game and sort of showing you I think a bit of his rise to power in the criminal underworld. So you get to play as him do a bit of fighting and see what his story's like. I think that's meant to be about 6 hours, so it's not as meaty as the main campaign, but I think there's still a reasonable story if you're interested in knowing a bit more about that character. It looks all right. I haven't played the Yakuza games myself, but they always seem to be popular. It's still going, so I would have thought plenty of people enjoy this one as well.
Yeah. This one costs a little bit more, £55 on 55 on all platforms. There you go.
Oof.
There you go. Tiff, your thoughts on this?
I mean, I've played obviously a couple of the Yakuza games, but not finished all of them. So obviously I don't know all of the whole story of everything. Obviously I do know they are some very, very long-winded games.
Yeah.
That is for sure. But no, because I do like obviously those sort of games, I would give it a shot. Just I wouldn't go out of my way to pay full price.
Yeah.
That is way, way too much. But I don't know if it's just because they think, we've been putting these games out for so long.
Yeah,
we can do it. Whereas let's for example, Silk Song, they came out, they left us for years without it, and they came out with a decently good, game for a decently good price. And they had the backing of what they had.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's worth the price. Maybe if you knock off £20 or something, then yeah, sure, I might give it a go, but I'd still wait for it to be not a day one release for me.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100% in some cases, especially if you get into the side missions, it can. So it's one of them. You're either going to get hours of it, or you get your money worth, or you might not. Okay.
So die-hard fans, though.
Yeah. All right, Tiff. I'll start with you. What do you reckon this got then, on average?
Oh, I don't know. Good get.
Shall I
7.5?
7.5?
I'm going off again. I'm going to go with a 7.5.
Okay.
Only again because of I guess the fan base aspect of things as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm saying a 7.5.
Okay. Well, Ben's saying a 7.5. Danker is saying a 7.5.
Okay.
Gosno is saying a 7.5. Brian's saying a 6.5. Chris is saying a 7.5. Eating Unicorn is saying a 7.5.
Let's go 7.5ers.
Ingrid's saying 7.5. Rock Music is saying 8. Hannah is saying 7.5. iQual is saying 7.5. Flame says a 7. Retro Shazart says a 7. Dave, what say you?
I'll try a 7.
Going for a 7. Okay. Any more for any more? There you go. Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is a new bed. I love that game. It was fantastic. Love that game. Since I've said 7.5, oh, hang on. It's going to be 8 or a 7. We don't know that.
That was my
And don't say that.
No, you don't know that. So, last chance, folks. This is Yakuza Kiwami Free and Dark Ties, which came out on Thursday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, Switch 2, and PC. And if there are no more scores, I can tell you that this got 6.5.
Oh, wow. Quite low.
That's lower than I thought.
It is. And here's the interesting thing with this. Anyone who didn't play the remaster gave this a good score. Anyone who played the previous remaster has said, this is actually not as good as a remaster, and it feels like they've stripped a lot out of it. Apparently, there's about 100 side missions. They've stripped that back to about 30. And they've basically said there's some things that don't quite work in it, but the fighting has improved, as Dave said. And then you get this additional sort of DLC, the Dark Ties thing, and the main game's about sort of 19 hours and 12 chapters, but Dark Ties is technically only 3 chapters, and you only get 2 boss fights. And they said it's actually quite short in comparison. So what you're getting
for what it's worth is not
really
enough.
as good as what they had. And the only way you can get the previous remastered version is if you buy the special Yakuza thing that has all the games, which is like 140 quid.
Oh, dear.
That's the only way you can get that. And they're saying they've delisted it, and you're technically getting an inferior version of it, which is not great. It's still good. So if you haven't played the remaster, you'll probably love it. But there you go. 6.5. So only one person got that right, which was Brian from UK Gaming Network. Well done, Brian, for getting that right. Well, wait a bit then. Yeah, that's poor, especially for the price. I know. I'll stick to the OG one. Exactly, Gozzo. If you've got the OG one, stick with it. But unfortunately, if you haven't got it, you can't get it anymore unless you want to pay 150 quid for all the games, which is...
Hell no.
No, you got to be a big fan for that. There you go. Well done, Brian, for getting that right. Let's move it on to some more gaming news. There's some news stories that I kind of just skip over and talk about, and I let our guest and Dave pick one which was most interested if they want to comment on. So, 2 things that happened in the last week. After we did our last show, we did know that over a year ago, a Helldivers film was basically given the green light. And as of last week, we have been told that on November the 10th, 2027, we are getting a Helldivers film. And
shocking.
It will be starring Jason Momoa, because now he's into video game films such as Minecraft. But then also, not surprising why he's in it, because he was in the last one of this franchise. It is going to be directed by Justin Lin. And if you don't know who Justin Lin has done 5 of the 10 Fast and Furious films.
Shocking.
So it's probably going to be high action, high octane, probably completely bonkers and completely nuts. But that is all the information we have on for now. Personally, I'm going to say if you probably want a good film, go watch Starship Troopers instead. There you go.
Movie.
Also, talking of games with guns, Arc Raiders has been announced as a massive success and exceeded in massive expectations like they couldn't believe. Because when it came out back in October, it had shifted 4 million copies in the first 2 weeks of it coming out. And since then has shifted 14 million copies worldwide. So in less than 6 months, it's done brilliantly. And it still has, up to this day, 1 million concurrent players on Steam, which is pretty damn good because there's not many games that people can say that about. So the people behind Arc Raiders, as we know, it was people from DICE who've worked on certain games before were like, yeah, this did well better than we thought. So they're actually celebrating, which is really, really cool. Rusty in Peace, thank you for the follow. So yeah, Arc Raiders got reviewed well. It did well. It's still doing well in the Steam charts. When we talked about the Steam charts last week, it was number 1 in the Steam charts still. So it's doing brilliant, great guns. So I'm going to again start with Dave. Which one do you want to talk about, or do you not care about either?
No, I'm interested in the Arc Raiders one. So the Helldivers movie, not that fussed, but we'll wait and see what the trailers and stuff look like. It could surprise us, but no, I'm pleased the Arc Raiders doing well because that just kind of I don't think it had a huge amount of hype until sort of close to release, but then when it came out, the word of mouth spread and people started going to it, and it's got a good sort of community to it because you can imagine normally extraction shooters can be pretty sort of high risk and sweaty. Everyone's in it for themselves, but you've got a lot of just general cooperation from players when you go in and play this. I've been in games and people are just helping each other take down the enemies and then sharing the loot round. So it's quite nice to go in and play in a game with that sort of community to it. So I'm pleased to see it's selling well. Hopefully it will continue to sell well and keep doing the job for them for a while.
I know that they've just announced the next 4 months on the roadmap what they're adding, and there's some new maps and new stuff. So they're going to be.
They've got plenty of plans. I just need to find the time to get back into it. But when I have played it, I've really enjoyed it. Yeah,
fingers crossed. This will be one of those online games that does just keep going. I want this to succeed massively, so I want this to keep going. Tiff, any one of those two you want to talk about?
I haven't touched on Arc Raiders because I have both of them aren't really my sort of, I guess, game style that I play. I have, funnily enough, I got gifted Helldivers, tried it, and it was just like, my brain was just like, this is a lot. This is a lot. But I can understand like the hype behind it, the community as well behind it, because it's the same with like any sort of like online sort of base game with that. And they have done, you'd be an idiot not to see the success that has come from both of these games. But I can speak on the film side for Helldivers because I do like Jason Momoa.
I do.
But
I think you're going to say what I think you're going to say.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Well, no, the look on your face when I announced it, I was like, you were just like, nah, this is going to be naff. What I thought.
They could have picked better people.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised.
Like, in the nicest way possible, fair enough. It's like as if like if my nan was still here, like I could be like, yeah, my nan could play, one of the main characters. No. Just because he's a big actor and he's a big name, fair enough, he's like into his video games, but it's like the same as if you talk like another actor who doesn't know how to play a game and brought him into it, and he would be a better fit. Like that, I don't know. I just don't see how he fits in as a character wise, or how they're going to implement him. Like they said, we haven't seen really much of a trailer of anything, so it's kind of it's going to be a hit and miss sort of thing. It's like people had thoughts on the Fallout like series, they didn't think that it was going to work and things like that. So it could surprise us. But I still feel like as a main character, there could be people better suited than Jason Momoa.
I think him being cast in the new Street Fighter film is perfect casting for Helldivers. I don't see it, but he suits
Street Fighters. But in terms of Helldivers, who the heck is he going to be?
Jimmy hilarious. You don't know who he is, and he's just in a helmet the whole thing.
He's just gonna wear the helmet, and I'm just like, that's him. It's like basically Mando, but at least you knew it is,
Yeah. You did know
who it was underneath. But with him, I don't see it.
They should just big him up as like the big lead, and then like in the first couple of minutes, like Pod just crashes on him like he does in the game, and crushes it. And then it's just a load of unknowns the rest of the film.
There you go.
Pretty much, I'm like, they did better.
did what they did with the first Scream. Had a really big, well-known actress that was on the poster, and then bumped her off in the first 10 minutes. So it worked. It surprised everyone. I expect Jason Statham to be a Helldiver. Yeah. Well, yeah, I've been to work.
See, he would suit that. He would.
No, I'm a Helldiver. Yeah, don't fuck with me. Yeah, right. Yeah, he could work.
I feel like he would suit it though.
Yeah. Jason Statham just plays himself in films. True. It does, and he's made a.
Like Liam Neeson as well.
Yeah. There you go. He was even in Fortnite a couple of weeks ago, believe it or not. They did a special Fortnite mode for his new film, but we're not going to talk about that. We've done that. Anyway, there you go. We will tell you more about game sales and what happens with the Helldivers film as soon as you know. Some of you might not know the Mortuary Assistant film came out last week, but it didn't even get in the top 10 based on the horror game. Didn't even get in the top 10 films game. So that is something that's probably dipped in at the top 20 and be out. But there's trailers out there if you want to check it out. So we have.
I didn't even know that they came out with one. To be honest,
literally last weekend. Will probably be
wow.
So we've been spoiled for video game films because we've had the very awful Silent Hill 2 film. I'm guessing I don't know about the Mortuary Assistant, but then we had the apparently very good Iron Lung, which I've also not seen. But that's,
the Markiplier one, isn't it?
Great guns, considering it was a $3 million budget, and he's done like over 38 million. So he's done very well.
So many producers are like kicking themselves right now because they're like, oh, we should have gone in on it because like didn't he go to like so many producers to be like, oh hey, and they turned him down. Yeah,
good on him. And the fact is, he did say that most of that money means he can give all the crew and the people who worked on it bonuses, so he's going to split it evenly, which is good on him. There you go.
He deserves the love.
He does, especially he's been working on that for like 4 years, so it's like a 4-year project. Talking of projects that take up a lot of time, yes, you may have noticed that last week we announced about something that's happening in Liverpool called Timeless Gaming Convention. It's a weird thing that I've been doing for the last 5 years with a couple of people who are in chat right now, as in Dave Johnson and Jesse. If you didn't see, we've announced early bird tickets. And if you don't know what on earth Timeless Gaming Convention is all about, here is the latest. No, that's not the latest trailer. That is something else. Here is the latest trailer.
Be careful.
I nearly played the PlayStation State of Play thing again. But here we go. Here is the video for Timeless. If you don't know what, exclamation Timeless in chat if you want to see details on tickets. Let's go. There you go, folks. So that is Timeless 2026. Early bird tickets are now on sale. If you're one of the first 100 people to buy a ticket, you get a limited edition Timeless pin badge, which you will not be able to get anywhere else. Not even the VIPs will get them. You will get one of these special badges. Family tickets are available. Child's tickets are available. Standard tickets are available. And the disability concessions are live. In a couple of weeks' time, VIP tickets and evening-only tickets will go live. And in April, all you wonderful content creators, if you want to apply to get a free ticket to come to the event, cover the event, and come to the VIP night, those will go live in April. As I know, Tiff was one of our said content creators at the events. We have got a arcade that is free to play all day with over 300 retro and modern games. There are indie games to play. There are competitions. There are live competitions. We've announced our Go 8-Bit panel. For those who don't know, Go 8-Bit was a show that ran for 3 years on Dave, and we've got Sam and Steve, the writers, who are also the panelists of said show, which featured Dara O'Brien. And we have got, for our evening entertainment, the wonderful Wi-Fi Wars, where they beam a video game show to your phone. You do not need any equipment. You sit in the audience. That is limited to 50 tickets. So please note that you need to get a separate ticket for that. That is limited to 50 tickets. All the tickets are now live. More details to be announced, more panels to be announced, more competitions to be announced, more guests to be announced very, very soon. But exclamation Timeless in the chat. Click that link if you want to get yourself a limited edition Timeless badge, because there are only 100 of them to get. And that will be taking place on August the 12th at Kane's Brewery in Liverpool. So there you go.
Just before my birthday.
There you go. Might have to sing happy birthday. So we sang happy birthday.
No, you didn't do it last year. I got away with it last year. Please, no.
Yeah, well, everyone gets a turn, so it might happen. We'll see. We'll see.
Everyone reminder on the day.
Yeah, everyone reminder on the date. That's the bit where you see Tiff legging it out of town. She's like, no.
I mean, like, I was never here.
Yeah, she's like,
I was never here.
Door. Bye.
Literally.
There you go. So there you go. This will be my fourth Timeless. Thank you. This will be my second year. Indie Booths. Yeah, this is actually our 5th year running it. Birthday present. We are rebranding the event to Tiffers instead of Timeless. There you go. Tiffers Gaming Connection. There you go. Hello, Brendan. How you doing?
Funny story on that one though. After my subathon, people were like, "Oh, we should do a TIFFCon." No.
There's been rumours that people wanted to buy Timeless a couple of years ago, and now you've just met the new owner of Timeless. Which is rebranded as Tiffers Gaming Connection.
I now have to do Max's job.
There you go.
I'm good. I'm a shareholder.
Yeah, Brenny's a shareholder if you believe the hype.
Let's go.
2024.
Let's go, Brenny. We got this. We got this. We just gotta pay Max enough. We'll be fine.
I like this. I quit 5 times. I wasn't even Jesse wasn't even on the team for the first year. That's what I thought I was about. Yeah, I thought Kel Brenny was the owner. Who knows who owns Timeless these days? Nobody knows. It's a thing that happens and people gather.
It's a community thing at this point.
It just happens. But there you go. This seems like gross misconduct. Fuck it, get HR involved then. Oh, well, actually, I would say that, but we haven't got the budget for HR. So there you go. Let's move swiftly on to our next game. And something we talked about a little bit earlier on. We said that they shadow dropped a new God of War game. This came out on Thursday on PlayStation 5. And this is God of War, Sons of Sparta. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Before I was a father. Before I was a god. I was a Spartan.
Spartans! Our duty is to Sparta. Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. Press your attack! Don't relent! Never on our backs! Never left behind! Always united!
The legendary saga of gods and monsters, of tragedies and triumphs, of destruction and redemption begins here.
Heroes, be ready for Sparta!
This is only the beginning.
PlayStation. There you go. So this literally shadow dropped straight during the. I think it was about what quarter to 11 at night last Thursday. This came out. Such a bizarre time. But there you go. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, this is taking Kratos right back to his childhood. I say when they sort of show this at the end of the showcase, I wasn't really quite sure what to make of it because it didn't really look, like God of War to me. It's not the Kratos that we all know and love. This is way before we saw him in the original Greek trilogy. As I say, this is a Metroidvania though, and this is Kratos when he's back with his brother in Sparta, trained to become a warrior, and they I think go on a quest across their homeland, to ultimately try and save it. You're going to be facing off against various monsters that some of which we've seen in some of the games. So you're going to have a load of those to deal with, some big boss fights. But I'm still not quite taken with the art style. I usually quite like pixel art stuff. I'm not that taken with this. It just doesn't really look like God of War to me. I think because it's been rumoured for quite a while, this Metroidvania version of it. I think I had a different image of it in my mind. It just doesn't really match up with that. So I can't say I'm really, taken to buy it and play it. I'll probably just skip it for the moment because I've heard it's meant to be okay. There's been a few comments in the chat saying that it's just meant to be all right. It's not an amazing game, not as good as like the other ones in the series. Just okay. Just another Metroidvania at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay, Tiff, your thoughts on this one?
Obviously, I do agree with obviously Dave on the whole. It's more pixelated and it's not what we're used to when we think Kratos. It's not. I do have the God of War games, but I haven't. I've played it on like friends' consoles and things like that. I haven't personally properly played it on stream myself. But it's again, it's giving too much Prince of Persia, but I would rather, in the nicest way possible, play the Prince of Persia games. And go straight to the new God of War. I guess it's taking it back to its roots. Okay, if you're going to take it back to its roots, do it like how the other games have been. In my opinion, not do it as a Metroidvania style. Like I said, people, if it's set in a different style of it, people would be more into it. I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Tricky one. Okay.
It's a tricky one.
I think there's some people in the chat that really like the look of this and some people in the chat that don't. It says, I think it's the art style makes it feel like it's an IP crash grab.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. This is $24.99 on PlayStation 5, which seems so for an indie game, I would say. I would have thought a little bit cheaper might kind of set the mark for it, but...
It's not too bad for what you're getting for it, I guess, but
so
it's not something that I would wait for it to go on again. I'd wait for it to go on sale before I even think of.
Let's see. Okay, well, let's see what people are saying. I'll get you. Danka's saying a 7 for this one. Chris is saying a 6.5. Gozzo is saying a 7. Hannah is saying a 7. Brian is saying a 7.5, and obviously he was saying that he's played this and everything, and he thinks there's better Metroidvanias out there. Brenny says an 8. Eating a Unicorn says 6.5. Rockmuse says 6.5. And Kindred says 7. Retro Jazar says 7. I think the genre is Marmite for a lot of people to just doesn't help. I also think, as much as I love that genre, we are getting really swamped by it, and we're only we've already had 3 or 4 games in the last 4 weeks that are Metroid games.
And there's been a couple of good ones, haven't there?
Yeah, I've been
that Mio
there's
one.
There's been better ones that look better than this.
Mio was the first one that came out. I actually really enjoyed that. That was good fun. And there's been some other ones, it's nuts. And I think there's going to be more. As we get. Flames is a 7. Arquel saying a 6.5. No one really asked for this game. I think that's the thing. Yeah, I don't think it was necessary. I think it's just a thing to say, hey, we haven't done the God of War remasters yet, but to tide you by, let's have 25 quid off you. Dave, go on. I'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I'll go for a safe 7 on it.
Safe 7 on this one. Tiff?
I went for a 7 last time, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it again.
Yeah, watch me go for 6.5. It'll be a freaking 7. Obviously, again, I'm going off like a basis of fan base as well. If people are diehard fans, they will still play it.
Mm-hmm.
But 6.5.
6.5. All right. Cal Bunny says roguelite and much of a quick turnovers and ease of injuries. I get that. But they still need to be done well because we have seen some that are not great. So, okay. All right, folks. This was God of War, Sons of Sparta, which came out last Thursday on PS5. And this got... 7.5. So it actually reviewed pretty well. It's reviewed pretty well. So there you go.
I told you, fan based. Fan based.
It is. It probably is. And as Danka said earlier, it went online about 11:15, and because when they announced it, it just broke the servers. So many people were trying to buy it straight away. So there you go. So let's see. Brian from UKGN again got it. Well done, mate. You were bang on the money with that one.
Fair play.
Well done. I don't know if anyone else said that. Everyone was there was a lot of people that were close, but no one said 7.5. So there you go. Well done.
I was off by a whole 1.
A whole 1. Well, now Ben's gone. Bless him. Ben's gone. I think the curse has been lifted from that one.
I think he's like, right, I'm free.
Yeah. If we can get a shout out for UKGN Zoidberg, please, we'd greatly appreciate it. And let's move swiftly on. So, something from a bit of action to a bit more laid back, bit more fun, bit more family friendly. This is a Switch 2 exclusive that also came out on Thursday. And this is Mario Tennis Fever. Let's have a look at this. There you go. So this is the brand new Mario Tennis Fever, which is only on Switch 2. You can't get this on Switch, which did surprise me. But yeah, it's a Switch 2 only game. Dave, tell us a little bit more, because it's more than just a couple of tennis matches with friends, isn't it?
Yeah, they've added in what they're calling fever rackets in this game to mix up the matches. So each of the racket you use has got like different abilities to it, which you can bring into play as you're smacking the ball back and forth. So one of the rackets might drop sort of fire on the opponent's side, which they've then got to avoid when they're trying to return other shots. So you got lots of different effects like that, which to help mix up the matches. That side of it sounds quite good. I think it'll be good fun in a multiplayer. It has got like an adventure mode. From what I've read about that, it's not particularly long, and it's mostly served as a bit of a tutorial. So I think
about
if you're
3 hours.
Yeah. So and it's mostly tutorial. So there's not really much to it. It's probably okay if you've ever played one of these games before, but if you play, all the previous ones, it's probably not really worth diving into that.
Yeah.
You try to just go straight for the multiplayer modes and have fun there. And that side of it, I think, would be pretty good. From what I've read, it is still good, especially with the new racket types to mix it up and mess with people. That'd be that's quite cool.
Okay, Tiff, fancy a bit of tennis?
I mean, it's making me think of like when I used to do tennis IRL, so like when I was younger. So, but no, growing up with like obviously the Mario games, like I would want to play it just because it's a childhood game for me, like just the name alone.
Yeah.
But it's giving, if Wii Sports and Mario had a baby again, and this is the byproduct. But no, it seems good. Like obviously, it's good for a community base, like especially for like party games, family based sort of thing. it's definitely something that I would want to play, I guess, with like when Amelia was older, sort of thing, or if she's like, you know, just give it like a couple more years, and I would definitely play it with her. But I wouldn't go out of my way to fork out that much money again for that sort of game, just because like I think mostly at this point you are paying for name alone and a lot of things with that. Like Rock said, like Nintendo are making their money on this massively,
big time.
But no, it seems like a very fun like family-based sort of game. Definitely something that you could get into with like your community sort of thing if you were to play on stream. But yeah, no, I think it'll do well. But if like Dave says, if there's not much adventure, like actual base sort of thing, I wouldn't go out of my way to just play it. Like I wouldn't be avidly playing it. It'd be something that I would do, you know, every so often sort of thing. But no, it'd be something that I would play at some point, I guess.
I think if someone has already got a copy of this, I'd play it with them. But I'm like, you know, I wouldn't go out and deliberately get this.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd quite like to play it in that respect, but yeah, okay, all right. Well, let's see what people are saying in the chat. Danka saying a 7.5. Chris saying a 7.5. Legendary JL saying 7. Gozzo says 7.5. Also, I'm going to the Nintendo Nottingham event this week, doing a tournament there. And I only like the OG ones. Do you think they will have that there, Gozzo, or will they stick to the originals? Let us know. Awesome. Brian bought a copy for 52 quid. 7.5. Has dry bones in the game. 10 out of 10. Just for the character. Hannah says an 8. Kindred says 7.5. iQuell says a 7. Eating a Unicorn says 7.5. Rock News says an 8. Flame says an 8. Retro Jazar says an 8 as well. Tiff, I'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I think, like I say, because of the fan base that Nintendo and Mario has overall, I think it will do well. Yeah. Especially across like the families and things like that. Because being a parent myself, you look at it and be like, oh, this is something that I would want to get for my kid. I guess I don't think it would do as well as like, you know, like the other Mario sort of like games that they've come out with for Switch. Like, you know, like the party games and things like that. I feel like they would do a lot more better. I'd say watch me go too high now and it would be completely wrong. I'm not having the best of luck with this. But if I'm going off like just the name alone, because it is a Mario game and people are like loving it, I would say an 8.
Okay. All right. Going for an 8. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try 7.5.
Going for 7.5. Okay. All right. Folks, last chance. This is Mario Tennis Fever, which came out on Thursday on Switch 2. And if there are no more scores... Oh, Dave Johnson saying an 8. Okay. There you go. Coming in with that. Gozzo also said at the Nintendo Nottingham event, they're going to be playing this game. They're going to be playing this game we're talking about, and the Switch 2 version of Animal Crossing. Awesome. I hope you have an awesome time at the event. I can tell you this scored 7.5. So well done, Dave. Your second one this evening. Tiff, you again just
so close.
So close.
Am I now the new 0.5 curse? Like at least.
I know, but I think Ben's handed it over to you somehow. Unicorn, well done. You got it right. You get a shout out. Kindred, you get it right. Brian, I tell you what, Brian tonight is absolutely on fire. He's doing brilliantly. He's got it right as well now. So that's 3 on the trot back to back that he's just got. Well done, Brian. Gozzo, got it right. Well done, Gozzo. Chris, well done, Chris. And Danka. So a number of people are doing very well tonight. Good on you. So there you go. Tiffers has Ben's luck now. He's left. Clearly.
Right. Let's not make this a thing, please.
No, look, there's 2 more games to go. She can turn it around. I have faith.
You think?
I'm trying to be nice. I'm going to say yes.
Ye of little faith, thank you.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. There you go. And Brian has got 4 out of the 6 right. How cool is that? So he's doing really well tonight. Now, Dave, obviously, this is your second one right. How would you like your shout out? Exclamation Dave in the chat for Dave.
I think we've got to see how your knees are holding up. So jump up behind the chair.
Okay. All right.
Oh no.
Oh no, they went.
I heard that.
Yeah.
This is where we just see Mags like staying there for the rest of the
It's going to happen eventually.
And he got a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 right there. All right, okay. Wave! That was not good. That was the right knee.
Getting back up.
Do you know what? I think the right knee and the right arm went up. God, dear. Oh dear.
You should have limbered up on that one.
I should have had a warm up. Do I need a paramedic?
A paramedic? What?
There you go. Parametric. Yeah, I know. Parametric. That's what I need. All that gym course training, did you need it? Yeah, true. Nurse, help me. There you go. There you go. Doctor, oh my God. Let's move on as my bones recover onto another news story tonight. This is a game we talked about 2 weeks ago, which got fairly decent reviews. It's interesting. Paralytic, yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah, if I was paralytic, then just give me a few more drinks, I'll be all right. This is a game. I'll get through anything when I'm pissed.
We know.
Literally. This game is still getting reviews to this day. So it's been out a couple of weeks, but people have been playing it for a number of weeks, and now they're starting to give their final reviews. The game we are talking about is High Guard. Now, what's happened is High Guard came out to okay reviews, but then got trashed on the Steam reviews, as we know, because we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Basically got absolutely shafted. And a former employee, because as you know, a load of staff got made redundant from the studio. A former employee called Josh Silver has basically given his opinion and has said that they were basically turned into a butt of a joke because of a number of reasons. He's basically said he was proud to work on the game. And when he put on his Twitter account that, you know, he'd spent a long time working on this game with the art direction and stuff, he literally got absolutely slaughtered on Twitter because people saw the trailer at the Game Awards. And this didn't really help because with the Game Awards, they always do that thing where it's, oh, one more thing, and you get a big, giant game reveal. And this was last year's big game reveal, and everyone was like, right. And it didn't sit well. It felt like something that should have been in the middle of the show. But the main reason it was the big finale trailer is because Jeff Keighley was back in it, and it's Jeff Keighley's show. And he believed in the product, which is totally fine. However, it is still getting decent reviews to this day. But because of the review bombing on Steam and basically the comments and the fact that people had basically got, made redundant from it, it's not left a good taste in a lot of people's mouths. And Josh basically said it all went downhill from the Game Awards trailer. We were basically made to be laughing stock because it was like, hey, here's our game we've worked on for years. And people just went, no one gives a shit, mate. Because it wasn't a big name game. On top of that, basically people were making a joke that this game's dead on arrival. And then it came out to a little fanfare. And even though it got good reviews, it did kind of just end up being not great. Now, a lot of the reviews that have been coming out this week are saying this team that are working on this game are working hard to develop it and change it. That people wanted a 5v5 mode. They've added it literally in the last 2 weeks. There's other things that people want, and they're doing it, and they're trying to do everything to keep this going. But the problem is there's concurrent players, like we were talking about with Art Raiders, which is phenomenal. This has gone the other way and has dropped massively. And for a live service game to survive, it needs those players, no matter how many updates and how many things you chuck to add new into the game. And this has only been a game that's been around for 2 weeks, which is worrying. So what I want people's opinions on in chat and Dave and thing is, did this really deserve the shit that it got? Because it's not like it was a badly reviewed game.
No, it didn't deserve all the the hate that got built up online about it. It didn't deserve people slagging all the devs off on Twitter. Completely pointless.
Yeah.
But I mean, one thing it did get from being shown on the Game Awards was it got its name out there. People knew about it. A lot of people did go and try it on launch.
Yeah.
And obviously the numbers have gone down since then because I guess a lot of people really weren't that interested in it when they tried it.
Yeah.
And they're launching a free-to-play hero shooter in a market that's already pretty saturated with it.
Yeah.
And they're betting the company on a good player base to help keep it going, which they're not getting. And, even if they hadn't have gone down the whole route of been on the Game Awards and whatever, I think their original plan was to just shadow drop it.
Yeah.
Would anyone have noticed?
Known about it? How would it have become
Surely
a
it would
thing?
just been in the same state it's in now if they'd done the shadow drop because it's not a known name. It's not like it's a Marvel brand that you could shadow drop and it would be all right. Someone's away.
Special guest appearance.
Sorry, guys.
Right.
Speaking of the child,
we better
you're
watch
meant
the language
to be
now.
asleep.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no, she
Right,
can't
everyone
hear you.
everyone be nice and do not say any naughty words for now. So
She's fine.
oh yeah, because you've got your headphones on, so she can't hear. So all right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think
What's
High
doing
Guard.
up?
I think High Guard's going to get itself in this situation regardless. It's a shame they had all the hate because it was totally unnecessary and undeserving. But a free-to-play game, in this market that looks fairly generic and hasn't grabbed people's attention. Unfortunately, it's just kind of like destined to just fade into obscurity, isn't it? Like so many others we've seen. Because you get all these companies trying to bring these types of games out. They want the big winner like Fortnite. And they're, you're more likely to fail than you are to succeed.
This is something I'm going to, before I ask Tiff's opinion. So the guy that has left the company said that when they put the game out, most people didn't even play the tutorial because the tutorial takes longer than an hour. And people that were review bombing it, there was over 14,000 negative reviews. And most of them hadn't even played the game for long enough to complete the tutorial. Do you think that's fair?
No.
Feels like they were just jumping on a bandwagon to take it down. Really,
Yeah, I think they were. A lot of people were just joining in to slag it off because they were probably enjoying that. I mean, Steam probably needs a system to say you got to play at least an hour. Something just to try and make it a bit fair and stop things like this happening. But it is a bit of a shame.
Ooh, here we go. It was disclosed in the last few hours, so after I wrote this show, that undiscovered lead financial backer was Tencent.
Ooh,
that doesn't sound good because we know what they do to games that don't succeed.
Yeah, it's not going to last much longer. Not with its current numbers. I mean, just over 1,000 in game at this very moment. Not enough.
To answer your question, it depends on the player.
Yeah.
Because, for me, I could, if we take stream out of things, a normal tutorial for a normal game, depending on what's in it, depending on what is offering for it, it could take me an hour.
Yeah.
Or if I'm as you just saw then, if Amelia decides to come in.
Yeah.
And it depends on the player and it depends on how fast and how well you understand it to begin with as well. So it depends on the person, I guess, when it comes to that sort of thing.
I feel it's one of those that I get what he's saying is that people played it for less than an hour and then they did it. I think I wonder what the review scores were if they looked at, say, someone who's played it for 3 hours on average, maybe whether that would change anything. If it's still bad reviews, then I don't know. I don't know. I think such games should be given a chance. I've not played it myself. It did look cool, like you're a medieval guy riding a horse but with machine guns. It seemed pretty cool. But there you go. And also, as Dave says, though, but you're in a market, as Country said, a game being free sometimes is not worth even being free. But then again, if they put a price tag on it, would have anyone bought it?
That's the thing. So they can't really be complaining about because they're not really losing out more than what they already are.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, I played many shooters that were worse. It's not really my game. Maybe that's the thing, and maybe this is the thing. This game is probably all right, and this is the thing we talked about last year. The problem with being all right is you ain't going to survive. You need to be either awesome or be that shit that everyone's talking about it. Some people will play it for a bit and then it will get cancelled. But being all right and competent don't work in a multiplayer land.
No, too many other choices. That
and that's it.
It's over, like Dave said, it's oversaturated.
Yeah,
with a lot of
things.
things.
Of mediocrity and saturation.
It's just going to be placed on like this like shelf for like of people like, oh, do you remember that game that came out?
Yeah,
how many years ago, sort of thing.
Yeah, so.
I don't know. It's not a game that I personally would play myself. It's not my sort of cup of tea when it comes to game style. Like, if in the nicest way possible, I would rather play a horror game.
yeah. Play that game we showed earlier. We'll give that a go.
Yeah, I would rather play that, and I would rather play the new God of War compared to
that. That's fair.
To that. And it's not like I would give it a go. Yes, I would give it a go. I can't fully say my full opinion on it.
There you go.
But it wouldn't be something that I would be itching to play straight away, or even at any points, that unless I came across and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It sounds bad to say, but it's like you say, if it's not getting the greatest reviews,
it's not really.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't catch my attention when it came out, and I was like, I do have to agree. Just because someone's backing it, it's their show. I get it. Fair enough, but maybe place it as like a mid-marker than a ending game review. Not review.
I think this is the thing, and also whether you love him or hate him, with Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards, if this game does get shut down before the next Game Awards in December, it's probably going to make Jeff and his team think, whoa, we're never going to back a game like that before. We better stick something that's going to be a really big announcement that's going to shock everyone. It's a shame
because do more research.
Yeah, it's apparently he play tested it, he tried it, he liked it, and that's why he wanted to back it, which is fair. But that, to me, that game should not have been the big final trailer of the night. You would drop a big like the time that they dropped, Cyberpunk. They announced Cyberpunk, and everyone lost their fucking shit. And there's certain games that announced that people absolutely lost their minds over, like, oh my god, it's happening. But
same with Silk Song.
Yeah. So like that happens, and it's like boom, it's an event.
Because no one had been hearing anything on like the whole Silk Song thing, because like they would kept that like under wraps.
Yeah,
that should have been something that should have just been like, it should have been like that, I guess. I don't know.
I get it. Look, I mean, if it survives and they manage to turn it around, awesome.
Good for them.
And if it doesn't, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's the casualties of the gaming industry, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to our final two games of the night. These both came out on Friday. We're going to talk about a game that I played last night. This came out, as I said, on Friday the 13th. Whether that was a good thing or a bad thing, we'll soon find out. This came out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And you can get it on Game Pass. And this is High on Life 2.
We aim to refine and repackage the human experience into a single, long-lasting, easy-to-ingest tablet for everyone in the galaxy. Humanzapro.
There's no easy way to say this, kid, but I think your sister Lizzie's in serious trouble. You know that rebel outfit Lizzie rolls with? The Bleeding Stars? Looks like they got into some sort of trouble, and now there's a bounty on her head. You got this, Lizzie?
Yeah, Gene, I'm on it. Stay with me. Listen up. We are all criminals now. Welcome to the revolution. The revolution.
Sure, I'll show you. I'll demonstrate.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting at the end.
Yeah, I know. It's like totally random.
That's my brain
Yeah.
after watching the Japanese game you played.
Yeah, that was like, what the hell is going on? So, as some of you may know, at the end of every year when we do TNGC, we rate our favourite games of the year. High on Life was in my top 5 games of 2021 because I absolutely adored it. Made by the creators of Rick and Morty. I'm a big Rick and Morty fan. So when this was announced last summer, I was like, holy shit, I can't wait for this. And it was supposed to come out in December, but then got delayed to last week. And it's now out. Dave, tell us a bit more about this one.
Yeah, so following on from the events in the first game, your character became a bounty hunter. Your sister in this one, I believe, has got a bounty put on her head, so you've got to try and sort out who's put the bounty on her and take down the corporation that's done that. And for people who like the sort of Rick and Morty style humor, this is just more of that humor in there. So if you like that humor, this is definitely going to gel with you. They've added more guns in this one. Some of the I think the Gatlians they're called. So you've got more guns. They're going to be chatting to you as you're playing for the game. Some of them look pretty cool. And they've also added a skateboarding for like increased mobility, and I think opened up some of the areas a bit. So when you get into like combat, you can like grind round, speed around the enemies, try and get good shots in, and you can use it a lot for the exploration as well. A lot of like grinding around on rails and bouncing off things on the skateboard to traverse around the world. Looks all right from what I can see. I wasn't as taken with the first game as you were.
Yeah,
I played a good few hours of it, but I never felt compelled to finish it off. It was just okay. And so I wasn't planning to like jump into this one. But from what I've seen of it, it does look like it's okay. It looks like they tried to expand and improve on what they did before. Whether they have done, I mean, you've played it last night. What was your opinion? Did you find it better or worse than the first one?
Oh no.
I'm thinking worse. By
if we base it on last night's stream, I really wanted to love this game, but I can't because it's just it's a worse experience than the first one.
Oh dear.
I think the problem is, I think the story and the gags land, so the writing's excellent. The problem is the gameplay, and if the gameplay isn't great, then it doesn't make a great game.
Yep.
And my issue with it is they seem to have tried to shoehorn it into more of an open world thing, which annoys the shit out of me because all these games keep doing this. And the skateboarding thing, I have mixed feelings about this because I played some more of it today before we did the stream. When I was playing it on the main stream last night, the skateboarding is shit. It didn't flow. The first game, you would use the tether to like go across like gaps like a whip, like Indiana Jones, and the combat's fluid. It felt that the skateboard is just causing more issues, and you didn't really know what was going on when you're in those little battle arenas. However, playing it today, and I saw some other reviews when I was writing the show, I agree with this. Getting around and traversing with the skateboard works well, but as soon as you enter combat with it, it really fucks the combat horribly. And I think they should have kept it for moving around the levels and doing certain bits, but then when you're fighting, do how they did it in the first game. It feels like they've overcomplicated it. And my other final thing about this is, and I know I played it on Xbox, but the PC version is absolute dog shit and constantly crashes. Kindred's had a number of problems. I know a load of other people have had lots of problems. And funny enough, I watched a guy streaming it on TikTok, and he was in a big boss battle, and he had to start back at the whole level because the game crashed.
Oh no!
And it meant he had to do it so that it didn't save. It's huge.
Be a rage
Unreal Engine problems. So
it's a rage beta for sure.
It is. I'm still gonna hack away at this game because I want to love it because I love the games first. I've got the feeling I'm going to walk away from this just going meh, but I'm going to give it a fair shot because I've only really got close to back where I wasn't. I started it again to see like doing it not in stream, and I've kind of got back to where I was at the end of last night. So I'll see how much further we get, and then I'll let you know. But at the moment, and I also did have one of the bosses mulled into a wall, and I had to restart the boss battle, and that happened today, not on stream. So
yeah,
that's
it
not
needs
good
a few
either.
patches, doesn't it, with the sound of
Yeah.
it?
Tiff,
A few
did you
glitches.
play the first one? Would you want to play?
I have played the first one, not all the way through, same as Dave, but I do like you say, the jokes here. I agree with the traversing with the whip and things like that. That works better than the first one. They should have just essentially, in my opinion, I guess, stuck to that.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, again, it's with so many sequels to a game, they either are trying too hard and it flops, or it will work.
Yeah.
And it seems like with this one, it just, if you are a fan of, like, again, because you were, like yourself, Mags, a massive fan of the first one,
Yeah.
as well as, like, obviously being a Rick and Morty fan. Like, I'm a Rick and Morty fan. Like, I love it. I will stick up on the back, like, in the background. I've seen it that many times.
Yeah.
But it's when you're trying to put too much, like you said, the jokes will hit. Writing phenomenal. You can't fault on that one. The jokes will hit hard.
Yeah.
But the gameplay of it, if they're already having glitches now, they should have just, like, taken it back to the drawing board and just been like, maybe we should listen to maybe taking out the skateboarding, X, Y, and Z, or, like, not take out the skateboarding, just don't put it in the game, like in the boss fights, things like that. Because, like, so many little tweaks would make the game so much better for the people who, like yourself, who would fully enjoy it, and it'd be a lot better. But it's just so many things. So because there are so many glitches and there's so many rage bait moments, it's going to take away from the fun of the game in general. And it's not a game that I would, again, go flying to play straight off the bat. And I'm kind of glad that it's on Game Pass for free, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a game that I would fork out money for. But if it was High on Life 1, yeah, I'd happily fork out money for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a hit and miss with this one. It's going to be, if they can sort their shit out with it, then yeah, sure, it can turn out into a phenomenal game. But it's just,
what to say.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Kindred's just reminded me of something else I was going to mention as well. The first one was so much better. Even the comedy and interaction with people was great. Yeah, because you could interact with everything. This one, there's just reams and reams of people that do nothing and no dialogue and nothing, which makes the open world bits just feel empty. And I was like, why the fuck? Like, I was going up to people and I'm like, we're going to get any dialogue? They're going to say anything? Nothing happened. I had to go into settings. Here you go. I had to go into settings to show the dialogue prompts to even talk with the NPCs, as it was unclear because, yeah, you didn't know who you were supposed to talk to and who you weren't. Blakey, good evening. Didn't enjoy the first one, won't touch this one. Yeah, if you didn't like the first one, don't go for this. Maybe they just need a few years of patches like Cyberpunk. Yeah, no one will care by then. Let's hammer through some scores. Let's see what people are saying. I have to apologise if I've missed that. So, going back, let's have a look. Brian, 6.5. Games Guru, 7.5. Danka said this was number 21 on our top 50 games to look out for this year, believe it or not. My first fucking disappointment. It was rated at an 8 out of 10. Hannah, 6.5. Chris, 6.5. Gozzo, 7. Rockmuse, 5.5. JL, 6. Eating Unicorn, 6.5. Gozzo, oh no, Red Gozzos. iQuail, 7. Flame, 6.5. Kinjin's thinking about it. Retro Shazar says 7. Games Guru says 7. I'm going to say a 5 for PC players. Dave, what do you reckon?
I'm going to go for a 7.
7. Tiff?
Again, fan-based. Oh. I'd say 6.5.
Okay, going for a 6.5. Gozzo says I'm going to change my 7 to a 6.5. Okay. Any more? Get your scores in now. This is High on Life 2, which came out on Friday on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC, and is on Game Pass. And I can tell you that before I reveal the reviewer's score,
damn it,
the user score on Metacritic alone is below a 5.0.
Damn it!
Is not good. However, we don't go on user scores. We go on review scores. And this got, which I'm a little bit surprised about, a 7 out of 10.
Damn it!
You'd expect lower, wouldn't you, from what you've been saying?
I'd expect lower, but the reviews gave it 7. And the funny thing is, I saw one guy that reviewed it. In fact, IGN, I think, gave it a 5. IGN did not like it, or 5, 6, and he stated the amount of crashes he had. But then GameSpot gave it a really good review, and I'm like, and they didn't even mention the crashes on it. I think at the moment, as it stands, definitely should be lower than a 7. And I agree, because Gozzo's saying should be. The public has spoken apparently, but 7. Well, the reviewers have spoken, but the public can't like it. I will continue to play it, and I will let you know if it gets any better. But I've got a horrible feeling that this is my first big disappointment of the year. So we'll see. Great reviews, I'm calling it. There you go.
I think it might be because as well, because you're a fan of this, like the franchise as well.
Yeah.
And it goes back to like my saying before in regards to like, oh, you want to finish the game because you started it, one, because you're a fan of the series and you want to see how it, like, if it does have potential to pick up or not. But the crashes are going to be a big thing in this massively, and it's going to change so many people's opinions on it. And if they don't change their stuff, I don't see it doing well, and it's going to be one of those sequels that is going to flop, in my opinion. And it's sad to say that, because High on Life, with how successful the first one was, you would expect it to be better. But writing, I will give like a high score on that one. Yes, possibly.
The writing's still fantastic. I've got to say, the jokes and everything lands so well. And I actually played bits differently that I played last night to see how the jokes panned out. And it's quite funny how there are some massive differences, which is with the interactions with the characters. But
I think it's like so many people have had like so many expectations, especially like I say, when a sequel comes out from a game that's well received and well loved. Yeah, it's just going to be one of them situations where you're like, it's either going to go well or it's going to tank. Yeah, and unfortunately, it's one of them sequels that will tank.
Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Just so obviously, when I looked at the score from Eurogamer, they do it like 3 out of 5, so that equates to like a 6 out of 10. So I put their score in. I didn't know that they gave the first game 1 star.
Oof.
Which is mad, because the first game's actually better. So there you go. The difference is, Games Guru, with cassette games, you either got a good game or you got a shit game. At least I know you're saying about the fact that what is it with everyone mentality about patching it later. The only thing I'll say is at least they can try and fix it, but it doesn't always happen. So we'll see. Eurogamer got their games mixed up, but there you go. Anyway, let's move on. I will tell you more about Iron Live 2, whether it's worth playing or not. At the moment, I'd say no, wait. But I'll tell you more on next week's show if I get to play more of it. Final game of the night, which also came out on the same day. And I'll be playing on Thursday night, live on TikTok and Twitch at 8:30. This is available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. What do you get when you get a game company that made 2 fantastic horror games, but then basically went, well, we don't want to do the third one, and then someone else made the third one, and it was the most mediocre thing on the planet? Well, you get them to make their own version of the third one. This is Tarsair's new game from the makers of Little Nightmares 1 and 2, and fucking hell, not 3. Going to say that right now. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Reanimal. There you go. So from Tarso Studios, who brought us Little Nightmares 1 and 2, but not the mediocre third one. This is Reanimal. Dave, I mean, we can kind of guess what we're getting with this game. Let's face it, because it's not like they've rewritten the book. It's not like they're going to something completely different, is it?
Not at all. I mean, I think the reason they didn't do another Little Nightmares was I think Square Enix owned the IP, and Tarsian moved to a different. Which I think I got sold to Embracer Group, so they left the IP behind and couldn't use it. So they just made their own thing up, which is definitely better than Little Nightmares 3, because that was rubbish. When we were playing that co-op, it was just dreadful. But I played through this game on the weekend. It's not a particularly long game, which is why I've brought and sold it already, because I finished it over the weekend. It was about 4.5 hours, which I did compare it on the How Long to Beat website with the Little Nightmares 1 and 2, and it kind of sits in between those two games lengthwise. So it's not really shorter than the other ones. It's kind of on par with them. But what I played of it, it was good. But it is the sounds of Little Nightmares. You know, your characters awakes in this sort of nightmare world and has to try and find their friends who are lost in the world. And you're going to explore various horrible-looking environments and get stalked by a number of horrible-looking creatures as well, just like you had in the Little Nightmare games. But this one I thought was really good. Whereas Little Nightmares 3, I didn't think really had much in the way of atmosphere to it. Probably wasn't helped by us playing co-op and chatting while we were playing it, which definitely distilled horror. Played this one, so carry on.
So I was going to say, I felt that the third one was more of a retread. It didn't bring anything new, and that was the problem with it. It felt, stale. That was the problem with that.
Yeah, this one though, I thought it had really good atmosphere to it. You know, it's not doing jump scares or anything like that. It's just got a nice sort of sense of dread as you're playing through it, especially when you're trying to avoid some of the enemies. It's still got that sort of trial and error approach to it, where you're going to try and escape from the creature during the set piece, fuck it up a few times before you manage to get through it. But it has got some really good set pieces to it, especially like one towards the end that I really enjoy, but I won't spoil. But there's a lot of bits in it that I really enjoy that definitely make it feel better than some of their previous games. But yeah, whether you think 4.5 hours is good value for that sort of price, it's new, really. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I thought I'm not going to play it again. Whilst there is DLC coming out for it, that's coming out sporadically and finishes.
The first one's supposed to be the summer. I know that because obviously they sent me the press release information today.
Yeah, kind of summer, winter, and then
so
but
it's how much is that going to cost on top of the £35 to get the free DLCs? Because what we saw with
the season pass.
Yeah, because the Little Nightmares 3 was only 4 chapters and was an even smaller game, and then they announced that there's going to be DLC, which pissed people off because there's 2 more levels that were supposed to be part of the main game, and whereas at least they're saying this is DLC. So it's
this is separate. So what's in the game is a complete story, and then it's separate. I think each of the 3 DLCs is a separate story within that same world. So it might flesh some things out a little bit more, but I might revisit it when all 3 of those are out. But at the moment, I've played it, completed it. I thought I'll sell it because we've got Resident Evil coming out. I'll put the money towards that. But I really enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed it. So you'll enjoy it, but you'll probably play through most of it on the Thursday night show.
I might. Depends how much my chat harasses me. We'll see. There you go. Kindred says, here you go. These are the dates that we're going to get them. So sometime between July and September, the first DLC, October, December, the second, and then sometime between January. So basically, you'll get a full year cycle out of it. So there we go. Chloe's here. Hello, Chloe. But she's watching adverts because there are adverts running. So there you go. Tiff, your thoughts on on Reanimal? I nearly said Little Nightmares 3 then.
I mean, technically, same grade. So
I mean, this could have been Little Nightmares 3.
It should have been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I have yet to play the third one. I've played through the first 2, and I'm still understanding the lore behind it all. But with the third, yes.
Yeah.
Throw it in the bin.
If anything, maybe if I was to play Little Nightmares 3, I would first of all play it on, on my own sort of thing. And then I would try it with, obviously, there have been a few people who've been like, oh, I want to do Little Nightmares 3 with you. And I'm like, okay, cool. But with Reanimal, like it looked like so many people have recommended it to me, and they're like, "Oh, you should play it. Like, do this, especially if you like the first two." And I'm like, if anything, I prefer that one compared to Little Nightmares 3 because I have heard, people essentially shitting on the game. We're going to be real on this one. But no, Reanimal looks so much better, especially with it being from the same people as the first two.
Yeah.
It should have been, like I said, in my opinion, the third game. But obviously, I don't know what the story base behind, obviously, the third, Reanimal is about yet. Yeah. So I can't put a full opinion on it, but from what I've seen and what I have heard, and it looks so much better. It just honestly, it just looks so much better. Like with it, it's definitely giving Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
Without it giving Little Nightmares of the third one. Okay. So it's. I definitely would get jump scared. Like I said, I get jump scared kind of easily with just like the noises and the eeriness and the vibe of it, and it's something like I like the psychological, I guess, aspect of those sort of games, and it's something that I would be drawn to, and I wouldn't pay that much if it was like came out on Game Pass. Then sure, like it would be worth that, especially if it's like coming out with DLCs and stuff like that. Then I can understand paying maybe like £20 or like £15, like between that price range. If you were talking standard DLC, then I would fork out the money for the DLCs, but for the main game, maybe a little bit cheaper than what it should be, or at least on Game Pass. But it's still a decent, it's still it's a decent looking game. It's like I said, way better received. It's been well more received from Little Nightmares 3.
Yeah, I think that's so. I'm going to say this: Little Nightmares 3 was a disappointment again. Another disappointment from 2025. And it was just such a short game, which surprised me. It was probably the shortest of all the games. And it was kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, me and Dave, I did our full playthrough of it, but me and Dave, we've not even finished the final level because we just haven't been asked to get around to it. So we'll see what this one's about. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Did it continue on from the first two, or was it completely separate?
Completely separate story.
Oh.
Which is annoying because at least with the first and second there was a link, but there was
a link, and where the second one starts is it's what in between where the first one is meant to be ending or starting or whatever, isn't it? And it's just there's so many things that they could have done with it. Like the aspect of bringing the co-player thing into it was good, and it was interesting, but it was just because of how drastic. I played early access to it when I did go to EGX 2 years ago.
Oh, you'd be at the same show we were at. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the one that we missed each other.
Yeah, we didn't even see each other. We were at the same show and didn't even see each other. But that's the funny thing, because this is what got me. So you got to play an early access demo, which was basically just the first level before the boss. And then they had it at EGX again last year. And it just come out. And apparently it was the same flipping demo. And I was like, well, what's the point of that? So that doesn't, they had nothing new to show, which then goes, well, if there's nothing new to show, then that can't be a very long game. But anyway, let's crack on with scores, because we are running a little bit late tonight. So let's hammer through this. Let's see what people are saying. Also want to say hello to Professor Stork. Hello to Chloe. How you doing? Welcome on in. So Big Jess, let's start here. So this was number 20 in our top 50 games. Danka predicted a score at the start of the year of 8.5. Big Jesse says this looks great, 9.5. Brian, 8.5. 8.5 from Chris, 8 from Rock, 8.5 from Gozzo. Little Nightmares 3 got a 6.5 on the show. Just to show 8.5 from Kindred. JL 8.5, 9 from Games Guru. Flame says an 8. Tiff, I'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I'm gonna go with an 8 because it has been well received.
Yeah, going for an 8. Retro Shazar is also saying an 8. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try an 8.5.
8.5. Eating a unicorn says 7.5. I still owe you a shout out, Dave, so we'll do that. So if you get this right, we'll do a double shout out. Any more for any more? This is Reanimal, which came out on Friday, and you can see me playing it on Thursday night from 8:30 on TikTok and Twitch.
Is it too late to change my mind?
If you want to change your mind, you can do it.
Judging by how I'm gonna go with 8.5. I feel like it's gonna be. I'm gonna go with an 8.5.
8.5. Okay, right. It's on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. And if there are no more answers, I quite saying an 8.5, then I can tell you that this got, on average, 8.5. So there you go. I bet you're glad that you...
Oh,
there you go. Well done,
I knew
Tiff.
it.
Tiff, if you're watching on Twitch, her channel is posted to the top of the Twitch chat, so you can click on that and go give her a follow.
I just read.
Yeah, there you go. Also, I'm going to post this out. So anyone who's watching on YouTube, I'm going to put that in the links there for all the YouTube. So I'm going to do that now for all the YouTubers. There you go. That's just gone out there. Thank you so much. Well done, Tiff, for getting that right. And well done to iQuail, who got that one right.
Tiff has broken Spence because I had to on the last one. Yes.
JL, well done. Kindred, well done. Gozzo, well done. Chris, well done. Brian, well done. And obviously, Danka got a predicted score bang on. Eating a Unicorn says, is this podcast on every Tuesday? Every Tuesday at 9 o'clock on YouTube and Twitch. Yes, it is. And we'll always talk about the new games that have come out the week and the gaming news. So there you go. So congratulations all. Now, Dave, I owe you 2 shout-outs before we do our final bit of the show. How do you want your first shout-out? How do you want your second shout-out?
I'm thinking
probably nothing that breaks his knees.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe getting to double up on the spinning on the chair. See how dizzy we can get it for the end.
You know what we do? Because we haven't. I'm gonna kind of meet you halfway. Because we haven't done Bob Ross. I'm gonna do Bob Ross spinning in a chair.
Go for it.
There we go. Because that's
mix
the
up of it.
There we go. You ready?
Go for
there
it.
You go. Brilliant. Love it. Thanks, Tiff, for introducing it to me. There you go.
Unicorn.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Very nice.
Now try and stand up.
You got no chance. I can't even focus on the screen right now. It's like my head's like, it's doing that. Now do Just Dance stream. It'll be like that.
Oh!
There we go. Right, our final bit of the show, folks. Below Average Savage. Hi, how you doing? Great to see you. Welcome on in on YouTube. Our final bit of the show. At the end of every show, we basically give you the latest charts, whether it be Steam, PlayStation, or general retail charts. This week, I'm having a look back at the retail charts from literally middle of last week because it features some of the games that we talked about on last week. So here is the UK game retails chart from last week. And at number 10, we've got a non-mover with Donkey Kong Bonanza. Down 5 places at number 9, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Down 3 places, Grand Theft Auto 5. Down 1 place at number 7 is Minecraft. Down another 3 places at number 6 is Pokemon Legends Zeta A. Animal Crossing's New Horizon was also down 3 places at number 5. Brand new entry at number 4, which we talked about on last week's show, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined. And at number 3, another new entry in Neo 3. Mario Kart World finally gets knocked off the top spot and down 1 place. And re-entering the chart is EA Sports FC 26. So that is the chart. Now, 2 weeks ago when we looked at this chart, it was very heavily Nintendo games. It still feels that way, but you'll have noticed that Code Vein 2, which was a new entry, has gone, and Ghost of Yote, which jumped back in the charts from number 22, has been and gone. So we will have to see where some of the other games like Reanimal and everything might land. So that's your top top 10, but still very much dominated by Nintendo. So there you go. Tune in next week for some more charts. I might be looking at the Xbox chart next week, I'm considering, because we haven't covered that yet. So we'll have a look at what's the top 10 on Xbox. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank you so much. Firstly, to our wonderful guest and our first time on the show, the wonderful Cheeky Tiffers, also known as Tiff.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being a wonderful guest.
So happy.
And again, if we can get a shout out for Tiff, channel is pinned to the top of the chat there. I'm going to drop it in the YouTube chat again for everyone. Please do go give her a follow. Go say hi. When are you next on, Tiff?
Tomorrow.
What time, roughly?
Depending, because with Amelia being off, I can do earlier streams, but which I'm trying to test out with my community at the moment, see what works best with which balances out. And some people prefer the earlier streams. Some people obviously can make the later streams, which works better for me. So usually I stream at like 8 p.m. onwards, between 7:30 to 8. Yeah. But earlier could be from like just after lunchtime, sort of 1-ish time onwards. So at the moment it's a bit up in the air, but the usual time is usually 8 p.m.
All right. We'll go check her out on those links that we've just put there. Thank you, as always, my co-host who knows the most, Mr. David Jones.
Always a pleasure, mate.
There you go. Who will be back with me?
It's lovely being on with you, Dave.
There you go. There you go. This is why she really wanted to be on the show. She wasn't like fussed about that. She wanted to meet Dave.
Well, yeah, because I've already met you. No
one gives a shit about me. It's all about him. He's the real star of this show.
We're here for the Dave shout-outs. That's what we're here for.
It's all about the Dave. That's what it should be about.
All about the Dave.
So
Thank you, Dave.
I've always said he's the fountain of knowledge. I'm just the gob that keeps this show moving. That's all it is. So there you go. Also, thank you to all of you that have been watching tonight, either on YouTube or on Twitch. Thank you for watching the whole show. Please do join us again Tuesday next week. I can't announce the guests because we've had to shift the guests around. So please note we were scheduled to be on Monday next week, but we'll be back at the normal Tuesday, right? I will explain next week, but we'll announce who the guest is, and I'm sure we'll look at some more new games and gaming news for you. We will announce that in due course. Again, thank you to all the mods for doing all the modding and all the shouting out.
W mods.
You're doing a great job tonight. And don't forget, all those people who are getting shout outs, if you have been, do give them a follow because they always spend the time to come and watch the show every week. So please do send them some love back. We greatly appreciate it. If you are watching on YouTube, the stream will just end. If we are going to do a raid on Twitch and raid over to someone, go find someone that's on. For those who watch me on a regular basis, I am back on at 8:30 tomorrow on TikTok and Twitch playing some Peak for the first time. And then we are playing Reanimal, which just got an 8.5 on Thursday's stream at 8:30. Let's go see who's on.
Bye, Unicorn. Bye,
There
Quiz.
we go.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Greatly appreciate you. We'll see you all very, very soon. I am trying to find someone to raid that we haven't raided. And I think we are going to go for... I'm going to go for Faz. Faz, we haven't raided him this year, I don't think.
What's he playing?
Let's have a look. He's playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, because I know he's a big fan of that. So let's go raid Faz. I'll hit that button. So if you fancy there you go. Right, everyone. Thank you so much. And all that leaves for me to say is, because that raid's starting to kick off, is wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, and a great evening. And I shall see you back tomorrow at 8:30. And Dave and me, Tuesday
Thank you, Mags and everyone.
You are very welcome.
Me. It's been an absolute pleasure and absolute honor, and I am so happy I got to finally be on.
Yay!
I've been asking for so long as well.
I know. And you've finally done it. You finally made it. I will let now Tiff get some rest because she's been streaming all night. So we'll do that and we'll wave. Thanks very much. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.